Hello.
Hello, hello. Yes.
Pebbles is alone in a voice channel in a completely different server. I'm going to manifest in there and see what is going on.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know where he is, but he's not at the keyboard.
Okay.
Hello,
Hello.
Hello.
it's me. I've been wondering if after all these years you'd finally like to meet. I think
What?
I don't know, I was just thinking. I do that sometimes. Eh, I like how we have two people that are just uh, they're they're half animal, and I'm just a regular human.
I'm not half animal, I'm half giant.
No, I thought you said you were a furbolg.
I am a furbolg.
Yeah.
Furbolgs are half giants.
Oh, I thought they were cows.
That's
I'm just going to keep a
Some
picture of you
furbolgs
as a
look
cow.
like cows.
Yeah.
Specifically critical role furbolgs.
No, you're a cow now.
That's,
Forever a cow.
That's where it came from, but or at least I'm pretty sure. But originally
In
they
my
were
defense.
giant kin, or at least giant relatives.
Which is what they still are. Critical Role turned them into cows, and regular 5th edition turned them into furry people.
But then they also have Goliaths, which are, at least in my mind, a little bit more giant-like. But yeah. Yeah, probably good to hold. Ooh,
Ooh.
that sounds
Full
cool.
top audio.
If only, if only Discord would let me play audio across, rather than just through my microphone externally. Or with video.
Well, you could get like a music bot if you wanted to. There are like several different kinds of bots that stream music into voice channels.
I might have to do that, but because I've been trying to do, like, I've been trying to get audio to cross from just via screen share for so long, and it has not worked at all. I will save that. For use, hopefully sooner, but definitely after the plague.
After the plague?
Don't tell me you haven't heard of the plague.
What plague? Oh,
The plague that requires us to be online.
and right on cue, Aaron just posts about background tracks. That's convenient.
Yeah.
Hello. Sorry, I was just cleaning up dinner.
I was wondering. Okay. Hey Frank, what's the best part about playing X-Drake?
Speed.
I was going for turning into a dinosaur. I'm gonna pretend that's
Yes.
what you said.
Well, no. The thing is, you can turn into a dinosaur, and then you can fly across the sky.
But yeah, okay. But turning into a dinosaur, what's the one downside about being a dinosaur? I'll just tell you what that downside is. It's that eventually you have to stop being a dinosaur.
Yes.
I found a skill that lets me be a dinosaur and be in full burst mode anyway for like a full minute. As opposed to like 15 seconds.
Whoa. You rolled 2 dice and got 0.
Why is... Why is that... Tanner.
Huh?
Do you know how to kill dice in this dice bot?
I've never seen this dice bot before. I'm
Okay.
not good at rolling dice.
Well, it's weird. It's saying like it's killing, but it's killing all of them instead of just.
Oh, maybe kill isn't a command for it.
Well, no, but it gives you 0. Like it does kill the dice, but it kills all of them instead of just.
No.
For when you absolutely need to fail that skill check.
Yeah.
For when the bard's rolling to seduce the dragon. All right, now we're going into dangerous territory.
When you roll to seduce, but they
Damn,
are not having any of that.
I'm on a rampage here.
Going off the rails on the crazy train.
Frank,
Hmm.
I described West Marches kind of games to James, and he said that sounded like the kind of campaign he would want to run, like that style.
Mm-hmm.
Because he said he didn't want to do one shots, but he wanted to do campaigns that were like 4 sessions long.
Sounds more like he wants to do a module or something.
Yeah.
That's what I do on Sundays. On Pathfinder, we do modules that from D&D 3.0. So we're going down this one module path. That's like from level 1 to level 20, I think. So it's interesting.
Cool.
But it's like they're individual modules. Like the first one was the Sunless Citadel, and then the one we're on is the Forge of Fury. So you can like do them individually or as as like a road of progression or whatever. Although they're a bit long, it's taken us like I don't know a couple of months. It took us a couple of months to finish the first one, and now we're still on the second module. No, I don't know.
I know the new Icewind Dale book has kind of mini adventures for each of 10 different towns in them, so that might also work well if. So you can kind of skip around in the early stages of the game and do kind of mini adventures. Okay, so is everyone good and ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then I suppose when last we left our heroes, you took a mission searching for a beacon signal that was found in the middle of a trench, or at least coming from that general vicinity. With this information, you went to the Order's teleportation room and warped yourselves to the Pamas region of Cirrus, a kind of field-like, very open plains area of the continent, and have made your way northward towards the city of Tyer. In that time, you were ambushed by 3 displacer beasts who you quickly vanquished, but not without suffering some troubles. One of you took a ride on a Quetzalcoatlus.
Yeah, that was fun.
And experienced some troubles.
Experienced some minor troubles, but helped get you to your town quickly, and as of right now, you're about a day's journey away from the major city of Tyer. So, what would you like to do? Oh, it is morning, and you're all kind of back at your camp after Vence had taken reprieve at a local inn, and the rest of you pitched camp outside of town and were raided by kobolds.
We was robbed.
of a good berry.
Of a good berry.
I'll miss him.
I remember I was here like for about a couple hours before our bard woke up, I think.
Mm.
So it seems you have been robbed. Do you wish to vanquish the beasts that did so? Or should we just move on?
They needed the good berry more than me, I think.
Oh yes, it was, well, the good berry. I still have one left, but for breakfast you said, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, do you want it back? I do not know if I need it quite yet, but I could hold on to it if you don't mind.
No, hold on to it.
With your kind of hotel room for the night, you did get a
Oh.
relatively adequate breakfast. I'm not going to pretend like it's anything good, but it's food.
I also had breakfast, but if I could save this for later, perhaps.
Okay, before we lose, it's the epic, oh wait, I just eliminated someone. Oh, did we not finish off the guy?
What's that? Pebbles, are you saying something? I can't hear you.
Oh, no, sorry. What?
We're just saying. I was just asking if you wanted to find the things that stole from you, but if it's just a good berry.
Just a berry.
I can make 10 billion good berries.
Really? That's
Well,
amazing.
Eventually.
It's impressive that you can just conjure food like that.
Given that has 10 million berries, he could make 10 million good berries.
I can cast the greatest druid spell of all time. 10 billion good berries.
Just slowly put them in a bag of holding and unleash them in the boss room.
Drown him. End world hunger and defeat the boss in one fell swoop.
Feed the entire town for a day, because these things only last a day. But if there is nothing else, we can move on towards Tyer. We only have about a day's journey left, and I think it would be rather peaceful from now on, hopefully.
Yeah.
If not, we can just brain them beasts again.
Chasing me, man. My game is frozen too. I'm about to die. You gotta know.
I have no complaints with this plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have said that quite often, I believe.
I'm like, checking out. Like,
And I have no complaints with saying it often.
I mean, not much to complain about.
Okay, so you continue your journey northernward.
Yes, I remember that our furbolg friend Norboros is riding a giant goat, right?
Uh-huh.
Correct.
I forgot to ask, does your goat have a name?
No.
No? Just a goat?
Goat.
Jean, do you know of this goat? Or is that presumptuous of me?
Huh?
Hmm. Oh.
I don't know.
This is a goat.
It is the goat. I know that. But he is also part goat, so I figured, I don't know. Maybe there's some kind of understanding.
No, I'm part goat.
Yes.
You are part goat.
He's giant.
I'm talking about the goat.
He's your dad.
There is a giant goat underneath the giant.
Yes.
We're all trying to figure out what we're talking about.
I have no idea what this conversation is.
It's about goat.
I keep hearing stuff in the background of your audio, man. People talking and all that. So I'm not sure if you're trying to talk to us or not.
Yes. If it sounds like a little kid, that's my brother. If it sounds like me, it's me.
Alright. Then I suppose we'll continue on our way towards Tyer.
Okay.
Because, I assume you have no complaints.
None.
I actually do. Can we get something to eat?
I hand him my last good berry. There.
It's quite filling, and
Thank you.
it's good. It's a
Yeah.
good berry.
It is a good berry.
It's a good berry. So onward.
There should be a spell called like okay berry and bad berry just to even it out.
There's some
Acceptable
cantrips. They
berry.
don't even fill you up or
Bad
anything.
berry, it's poison and it makes you like starve to
You
death.
lose 1 point of health and you are starving.
Okay, berry.
Yeah.
It's just
Okay,
something
berry,
you chew on.
Okay,
it
berry's
just
just an apple.
Okay, berry just turns berries normal again.
It's just conjure berries.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's not enough to feed you, and they don't even heal you any. So they're just useless. But okay, onwards towards Tyer.
Okay.
As we're walking, I'll refer to my friends. Be like, I also picked up some information about Tyer. Just a simple happenstance about ships and a lot, like mysterious circumstances and the happening there. But I feel like that's a journey for another day.
It's a yeah. I mean, you'd also probably know that it's a village that has a lot of dwarves living in there. There like several different ancestries come through. It's primarily a dwarf town. So
Dwarf Town. Ain't nobody goes into Dwarf Town these days.
Dwarf.
okay.
All right,
So you
let's
begin to
continue
kind
on our way then.
of make your way along, kind of through the plains. And who would like to roll for random encounters, just to see what happens?
Ooh, me.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm
And
good
give
with
me,
the animals. I'm sure we'll get some cool stuff.
Go ahead and give me a D12.
Got a 7. Slightly above average.
Ooh.
Oh, did you say a D10?
That's actually average 10.
Or I don't know what else would
Oh,
be
you know what?
a D12.
Right.
That is kind of
Or well,
average.
not even
Sick.
it's not even average. Everything is average.
This berry is average.
Slightly
That's why
above
it's not a
half
good berry.
is what I was thinking.
Yes.
It's the average you take whenever you if you had a D12 for your hit die.
Dice,
Okay.
Yes.
dice and
Alright.
numbers don't translate 1 to 1, ironically. So, what is this slightly above average encounter we're about to have?
Let's encounter some traders and give them hugs. No.
Okay, as you are making your way northward, kind of through the plains, you see a small bit of smoke on the horizon.
Ooh.
It's kind of very distant, off a little bit to your right. So wouldn't necessarily add much to your trip to check it out, but it's something that could also easily be avoided. There's kind of a large tree kind of off in the distance as well, just kind of growing up over the horizon line. A couple small rolling hills and such.
I'm killing him. Don't even
You said a large tree?
Large tree, several small rolling hills kind of dot the horizon line. This is kind of in between where you are currently and there.
Yeah.
So it's still a bit of a ways away, but
Yeah,
still
That's
pretty
interesting.
good.
I've never quite seen topography like that. Or at least a tree so big next to hills. Usually the big trees are on plains, not hills.
How'd they get up there?
How did the trees get up there?
I'm kidding. I know the answer to that.
It looks like someone.
Well, trees,
Uh,
usually trees will become implanted in the ground by some other sort of seed.
Bro,
And I
I
assume
wrote
maybe
the book on trees, man.
you wrote the tree book.
Yeah.
What's it called?
It's
Tell me of this tree book's name.
Many trees sacrifice their lives for the paper that would print their history.
So, would you just write on something else instead?
Dead flesh of the tree.
Tree flesh.
Anyways, do we want to check out the smoke?
Yeah. Hopefully, it's not something burning. Well, obviously, it's something burning, but I mean, like, hopefully, it's not something important burning.
I mean,
So let's
you
check it
don't
out.
Have
I-
to.
Well, do you not want to? I would be
I
fine with
didn't
checking
say
it
I did
out.
not want to.
The purpose of this mission is to honestly have an adventure. You know, what kind of adventurer does not go and check out random encounters that happen along the way towards their destination?
I don't exactly follow, but you seem pretty hell bent on checking it out, so I won't stop you.
Well, this is still a group, so I would also heed your desires, but I have some of my own, and I feel like I could overpower you if needed.
Overpower a giant.
That
Maybe.
turns into a dinosaur.
Maybe, but that's why I'm asking.
Alright, fine, I'll come along.
Let's go. Onwards towards this mysterious smoke
So
and
is
tree.
it just a little bit off the beaten path, this
Yeah.
smoky, plumy?
Yep.
Okay. I'm
It's not horribly off. It's just.
actually gonna leave my goat.
Huh?
I'm gonna leave my goat here, having roamed the wilds.
So, are there like low-hanging branches?
Some, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I mean, the
Along
trees
the way,
are-
I'm gonna break some.
Okay. The trees are
Yeah,
a
just-
little bit farther off, but there are the occasional kind of long, more dead trees that, yeah, you could definitely pry a couple branches off of.
Yeah, I'm gonna like leave them dangling by like a little bit of bark to where we can trace back if we need to.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I mean, right now it's mostly plain, so you can kind of relatively easily pinpoint where you've come from.
Oh.
But yeah, no. It's always good to leave breadcrumbs and such.
Were I not concerned on conserving my wild shapes, I would turn to a gibbon and swing through the trees right now. I just wanted you to know that.
Well, there are no trees. Well,
There are no
few
trees. There's like-
kind of
there are,
scattered
like-
around.
It's just a
Big
few
leaps.
trees. Like the big tree that the smoke is near, I think.
Should turn
Kinda
into a
halfway
prairie
between.
dog.
Alright.
I can't
Well-
fly until level 8. I'm so sorry.
Tanner, you should turn into a prairie dog.
A prairie dog?
Yeah, just run around in the grass.
Swim around in the grass.
No, but I'll keep that idea under consideration.
So, shall we head towards this mysterious
Sorry,
thing?
not prairie dog. Dire prairie dog.
Ah, the large version.
What if they had a dire prairie dog that's literally just like biggest size? That's like gigantic.
It's just a capybara.
No,
Yes.
not a capybara, like dragon-sized prairie dog. Like.
Heaven
just
Pie prairie dog's
huge.
already decently sized.
I mean, a capybara definitely would be a dire prairie dog.
It's a dire
Yeah.
guinea pig at that point.
It's dire if it can bite your finger off.
So what's a dire capybara look like?
A
Don't
bear
ask
dog.
questions you don't
It's
want
a,
answers to.
it's a brown panda bear.
Ah,
So
I
it's
don't know.
a
I was
grizzly.
feeling giant toad today. Let's get to this house and
Yeah.
this thing.
Or this smoke. Or,
As you approach, you can see that a lot of the kind of grassy area has kind of been cleared out of the way, and so to make room for a small encampment. And looking around, nothing is moving. You see a total of 7 bodies just kind of in various states, kind of strewn all around the camp area. You see claw marks and some kind of digging into the ground, and everything's just kind of scattered. The fire that they had kind of built up is has been reduced entirely to coals and just the small little plume of smoke that you noticed from the distance.
Can I make a skill check of some kind to try and determine like what is leaving these tracks, like the claw marks and maybe footprints?
That'd probably be something like nature.
Yeah,
Is that it?
nature would work.
It seems
Hey!
our friends have found
You know.
the wildlife we found.
Why is nature intelligence? Why?
Because it's how much you know.
I'm a druid that I use wisdom.
Well, druids mostly have it as a proficiency. So.
I mean, you can make a wisdom-based nature check. There is rules for that, and this
Yeah.
would make sense for it, so I'm willing to let you use your nature proficiency and your wisdom modifier if you would like.
Why, thank you. That makes it an 11.
Okay, that's...
Is it rolled
Not much
before?
better, but I get my way.
You get the idea that either there was a lot of something or it was big. You can't really tell one way or another, because there's lots of little claw marks that kind of scrape in, and several deeper ones, but either there's several things or there was one really big thing that kind of hit from several angles.
I sort of bump what's the giant and point towards the campfire, and I just say, "You want to put that out while I look around?"
That is a forest fire hazard. I will do that.
There's no
Flame
forest
fire.
around here.
There's
It's
no forest.
open plains.
It'll burn down all the grass.
Grass can lead to forest. I'll head
Smokey the
into the
prayer
camp.
dog.
Okay.
and sort of be looking around as I do so.
As you do, your feet kind of sink into the ground. It's very soft. Not particularly muddy, just soft and dirt. Like everything's kind of been ground up and then kind of almost like it's been tilled like soil.
Oh, the dirt's been kind of kicked up and dropped down.
Can I see if there's anything like moving in the area around here?
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
All right.
I would also like to look around for something that's still in the area.
Okay. You guys can either give one of you advantage or roll separately.
Oh, all right. What are you looking for specifically?
I'm looking to see if
entities in the shape of six-legged cats with tentacles.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just looking to see if there's anything still around. All right, then.
Hold on.
I'd say you can make the check if you want with advantage. I'll help you.
Okay.
Oh wait! Right before you do that,
It's wisdom, yes.
oh
god.
Right before I pass you, I'd like. Wait, this isn't an ability check. Never mind.
It is an ability check. It's perception.
Is it?
Yeah.
It is perception.
Oh,
check.
I was gonna use guidance. Never mind. Doesn't matter.
16 on my perception check.
Okay. 16. That's not bad. Okay. You do not see anything moving around you, and you feel pretty confident in your ability to kind of suss out where large cat-like creatures would come from after having fought them and observed their hunting techniques.
All right.
I want to go to the people and see like what happened to them, like turn their bodies over.
Okay. Make a medicine check for me, please.
Heck yeah. Love medicine checks.
Intelligence. $14.
Okay. You can feel that they have like several broken bones on their extremities. Lots of their armor has kind of been ripped to pieces, and you can see claw marks kind of scratched into it.
I just look up at the other two, and I just go, "Yep, something got them."
Well, we already know that much.
Wait, really?
Yes, we do. They're dead with claw marks. So something got them.
However, from this check, you can kind of also determine that a lot of the claw marks are kind of on the top side of them, where kind of when they were in the way that they are. Like, you don't if you kind of roll them over and kind of look around, there's far less markings on their backs.
Oh, so like whatever it was like they were on their backs when they got attacked or something, or at least they were attacked from the front.
Do they have tents here? You said it's an encampment, so is it like open air tents or is it like actual like closed tents?
It's entirely open air.
Okay. Does it look sort of military like or is it just like a caravan looking thing?
It's more militaristic than a normal caravan, but not like full-blown mercenaries or anything. Just kind of more just like an adventuring party, I guess, more than anything else.
What's happening to my audio?
Okay.
God, that could be us.
I want to look around the camp, see if anything was like seems to be moved around or like out of place, just like something broken or something like that. Anything glaringly obvious.
I mean, everything kind of seems tossed around. You can see that some of them are holding several weapons. You see one of them's got a bow that's kind of been crumpled downward, so it's kind of been snapped in half from the handle. And so, like, everything kind of seems tossed around, but except for like the small things that are on their person still.
Yeah, I meant more like part of the camp. Like, is like the food in disarray? Like, did something come and eat the food, or like, is it still all in one piece?
It's still mostly in one piece. Like, you might have had a couple of scavengers come by after the fact, but it's still mostly that they were the main target.
Yeah, they were
their food. They were the food.
And so we're probably missing a couple of them. Is there? I want to look around. Are there more weapons on the ground or things thrown about than there are bodies here? Or
Yes, there are a lot of weapons on the ground. In fact, I can even get you a nice little list of them. 1 second.
Wow. That is interesting. Yeah.
Bring it over here. Bring it over here. I guess this is show splash. Get full out.
Oh, what is this? Okay.
Hello.
Okay, there are the weapons that
Hello.
you kind of find around the camp.
The Discord is dying on my laptop. Sorry.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so
I
I
wanna
switched over to
take-
my phone.
I want to take a look at the longsword more closely.
Okay. You see that it kind of has this smoky sheen on the blade, but kind of underneath it, it's far darker than any other metal that you have. It seems a little bit sharper than usual as well, kind of similar to the weapons that you have in your possession right now. There is almost a skull emblem, kind of almost carved into the metal, right where the crossguard. It's a very small crossguard, but right where the crossguard meets the blade. And on the pommel is a small ruby gem.
I'd like to wrap that up and then like tie the blade and then take it.
Okay.
I'm sure they won't need it anymore.
That is.
That is obviously true. They definitely will not be able to use it at all anymore.
Oh, I Googled it.
Okay.
And then I go over to Norboros and go see what he's looking at.
What am I looking at?
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
What
What
are
are
you
you
looking
looking
at?
at?
I believe I went to see the fire in the middle and just kind of kicked dirt over it.
Okay. You're able to smother the fire, and the smoke kind of puffs up as you kind of kick dirt into it, but the fire eventually is smothered.
So aside from the bodies, what else is here?
Dude, I bet it has
Like, is there like a tent?
Yes, there are open air tents in here.
Did we already look into the tents?
No.
I wager we look into the tents, try and figure out why they were here.
Yeah. I wager we should do that as well.
There are tents.
I would like to roll a perception or investigation.
Yep.
Or something.
Investigation.
Check.
Go ahead.
My laptop is dying.
Oh, I see him. See him.
Oh, for some reason the bot isn't in this chat, so you're gonna have to go to the general for right now.
Oh, is it?
It's because it doesn't have permissions to be in here.
Yeah,
You like give it to roll, I think.
It doesn't have permissions yet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna update that in a bit.
Perfect. I probably would have gotten a low roll in here anyways.
Well, you just need to. I think you just need to give it the roll that gives us in this category.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I do. I just haven't done it yet. Sorry, I just got in and got the bot in the server today, and been working on just making sure it, works. Okay.
Yeah.
In looking around through the different tents and open air tents and such, Norboros, you see, you can see a couple things kind of laying around. One of the bodies you see is kind of missing a hand, and so you find actually a prosthetic arm among some of the stuff that they have there. You see a letter, and you see a small pouch of gold.
I want to grab the letter. Take a look at it.
Okay. It is a contract to deliver the sword that you picked up to a buyer.
Does it denote payment or anything?
Payment upon delivery. Or apparently someone was supposed to meet them out here and collect the sword. One Mr. Drersk Goll. DRERSKGOLL. I'll put that in the chat.
Drersk Goll.
Hmm.
So yeah. And the contract was for 250 gold pieces for the blade.
Ooh, that's quite a bit of money.
Though we don't know what the blade is, it could possibly be worth more.
That is true, but we don't really have a way of figuring that out, do we?
Taking it.
By the way, the money you find is 29 gold pieces.
Ooh.
Oh, you find 29 gold pieces here?
Yep.
Dude, why? Why is it so many? I don't.
I would like 1 gold piece. You guys can divide the rest if you want. I just want 1 to go back up to an even amount. Or back up to 25, I mean.
Might I have a couple of those gold?
How much is left? 28?
Yes.
Let's just split 14-14 then, if it's even.
Okay. I could cast Detect Magic on the sword, although doing so would take 10 minutes. I would prefer we figure out if what attacked them will attack us and such. Or at the very least, just go.
Oh, good.
There's a prosthetic hand as well. I take it because it's valuable, although I
found
feel
a
bad
hand.
desecrating the dead even more than we already have.
It wasn't on a person.
Why are you taking? Oh,
I'd imagine it got ripped off.
sorry, my laptop decided to crap out again.
Is it a left or right hand? Is it sort of fancy, or is it just like a grabber thing?
Left hand is
Like one of those.
A rather simplistic prosthetic, but you do see several kind of clockwork-esque bits on the inside, so that there would be some range of movement, and it's kind of wrapped in a not particularly nice, but certainly well enough leather job. It's kind of been damaged over the years. Whoever had it had been wearing it.
It's not rare. Let's just leave it.
What?
What?
I didn't hear you.
Oh, I was just saying it doesn't seem that rare. I don't think we need it.
I'll take it, if only to drop it later on if it becomes an encumbrance.
It could be useful.
I'd like to know how it works.
Well,
and perhaps if I lose my left hand.
if you use the left arm, then you'll learn.
Yeah, that's true.
Who knows? Maybe this is
good.
Alright.
Sorry.
I'll roll. Well, that's a nat 20. I don't know why I roll nat 20 when my perception is 0. I have a medium score, an average score, yet somehow I roll really well.
Okay, so Vince, you definitely hear this. Is anyone else listening around?
I'll do it.
I'm not listening especially.
Yeah, I
hard,
would.
but sure.
Modified 20.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, I'm stupid. I forgot to roll. This is perception?
Yep.
I didn't even roll. I just said, yeah, I hear it.
Probably.
Yeah,
but-
Yeah, I hear it.
Of course you hear it.
I called it.
Oh yeah. You all hear this. Wow, that was actually a really good round of perception. You hear kind of a hawk-like, eagle-like calling off in the distance.
Oh no.
Kind of
Oh,
squawking trill, and the wind almost changes direction. From
are the tents are the tents damaged?
a little bit. Like you can see large claw markings across the top.
Oh,
Can I roll an not animal handling, nature to try and recognize the sound?
Sure.
Alright. Use wisdom.
How far off is the tent from the edge of the thick grass? It's still relatively high, right?
Oh my god.
Yeah, no. It's pretty close by. Like everything's kind of in one general area. So yes, Tanner, you definitely know what it is as you see kind of a large form kind of crest over hill closer to the horizon. It's far enough away, but your ears definitely do recognize the call of the rock.
Oh!
it's the call of the rock, guys. We gotta get out our guitars.
That's a rock. Oh no. We gotta move. We gotta get under the trees or something.
You guys wonder why I asked how far away the grass is.
Out in the open.
So are we around these tents?
Yeah, why are there so many?
Yes.
Why is so
All right.
what's the
Are you gonna tell us that there's a rock here? There's a giant rock.
It's
I mean,
not
Are-
here,
are-
but it's coming.
I mean, roll me a perception check, Tanner, since you were able to kind of ID it out and kind of zero in on it.
But of course. Using my telescopic hearing, I can tell that it is somewhere. I was really hoping for a third 16.
Okay, I mean, that's not bad. You kind of see as it crests, it's definitely several hundred feet away and several hundred feet up. So it is definitely farther away from you. And it's harder to see at this angle, but you can also see that it's got something in its claws, something much larger.
Much larger than the rock?
No, much larger than like all of you. Like
oh, thank God.
It's carrying a big boulder to crush us.
Maybe.
You know, the classic rock drawing is a rock carrying an elephant. So, we must also be concerned about that.
Watch out, Dwayne's coming.
There's also one of it carrying a horse and a dolphin.
I think I am going to run for the grass.
I'm going to run for my life.
I'm
Towards the
going.
grass.
I'm going to try and hide inside the tent because I think that's safe.
Okay.
The tent is open, by the way.
Oh, I thought it was like. Well, then I can run to the ground.
It has no sides. Yeah.
What? I
I'm
thought
tempted
it was
to
like
turn into a cat.
it was just kind of cut up at the top. So I thought it was still. It was only a little bit damaged.
I mean, it's open, it's cut up. It's not necessarily in the best condition at all.
All right. Well, then I'll run for the grass with my friends.
Okay.
I'll run.
I need everyone to roll stealth.
All right. Hey, did we ever divide up that gold? I'm sorry.
Yeah, 14 each.
Yeah, you got 14.
You got 14.
14? All right. Okay. Sorry, everything. All my technology is deciding that it wants to die thing.
Okay, 16.
Oh, wow.
All right. Rolling for
See, there's that other 16 I was looking for. That would have been really
Okay,
fun.
I got a nat 1. I got a 1.
Hold
Plus
on, I might
2,
have.
so it's 3. 3 total.
Okay.
For
Okay.
something 3 size categories smaller, you sure do stand out.
Well, yeah, and also the rock is kind of good at perception checks. Oh man, I can't even.
No.
Come on, focus.
Oh,
Yeah.
it did the opposite of you in terms of good.
Well, but it is already carrying something, so that's definitely a benefit in your favor.
It's carrying something in one claw and holding a pair of binoculars in the other.
Yeah, right.
Just zeroes in on you.
It like has a smoking pipe in one claw and a top hat.
So
on.
as you're kind of running away,
I do
hear Vents kind of trip, and you hear a bristle of thorns just kind of crackle as he kind of lands kind of onto his side as you're kind of moving your way back to your goat. Looking back at the rock,
plant life is attacking me.
It is flying back towards the tree, carrying the large beast that it has in its claws. But you do notice that its head kind of rotates around into looking in the general vicinity. You're not 100% certain that it's looking directly at you, but it knows that there is something else in the grass over your area.
Wait, you said it was carrying the goat?
No, it's carrying something. You're moving towards your goat.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no. Teleporting rock is a different encounter.
Oh, I can't wait. I'll leave my goat even farther.
Oh, oops, I rolled the wrong.
Oh no,
So
he got carried away.
Yeah, he's dead.
Out of character, I thought this was an owlbear. Owlbear would actually be simple
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be a bear. Like I thought it was a bear standing up. I didn't
It was just
realize
a
there
bear
was
sitting.
markings on top of the like tents.
It might
Forgot
be
about
carrying an
So we
outlaw.
already did.
Who knows?
that'd be funny.
A bear.
Cool. They're actually friends. It's not actually just something get hunted. It's just its friend. It's
It's
carrying.
like deploying owl bears to attack
Yeah,
people.
They're
it's
just
like a
doing
bomber.
They're just doing a higher level version of what I did with you when I made you ride that dinosaur. Yo, ride the rock. I don't want to ride the rock. Yo, ride the rock.
Drops. Just drops them.
Did you guys take any of these weapons?
He took the
Uh,
sword.
I took the sword.
The longsword.
Yeah.
Uh, I'll take the arrows then, I guess.
Since we're kind of rolling back a little bit, roll just an investigation check, just because as you're kind of looking around there.
Oh, cool. Let's see. Investigation.
Just
Oh yeah, I get a
give you a
plus
fair
6 for
chance.
that. So 13 plus 6, that's a 19.
Okay. You actually do notice one other thing, kind of as you're looking around the bodies, that is of interest.
Hmm.
You see that the kind of that the figure that had the kind of smoky gray black sword. They are also wearing a ring of dirty chrome that has a similar ornately carved skull on the head.
Oh. Ornately carved.
Bro, he was going for the set bonus, bro.
What?
He's grinding exotics.
I feel like I'm missing something. Is it Monster Hunter?
No, there's a skull on the sword. So there's
Oh.
also a skull on the ring.
Okay. All right.
He had
I'm
a
sorry.
skull thing
I
going
assure
on.
you that they're not related, but
All right. So yeah.
Met them.
Except for the fact
I
that they're
take the
both
arrows
Does
and
Wizards.
then
Does he also have the 250 gold on him?
No.
no.
Okay, so
I
it's
feel
not
like the party that was dropping it off, but they got attacked by a rock.
The rock just disrupts the meeting and leaves all the money on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So fast forward back
I mean,
to
why would the rock
us
take money?
failing to hide, or me failing to hide. Oh, prickly pines.
Rocks are cool looking.
All right, I'm just going to slowly crawl back over to my companions in the long grass.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to summon a face spirit in the form of a satyr in the camp as he reaches the grass, and have the satyr run towards the rock and away from us
Okay.
to draw its attention.
Jav, no, you have so much to live for.
I see nothing wrong with this.
Oh wait, that's not him.
Yeah.
That's a neat.
Are you saying all satyrs look the same?
Well, I'm saying
You're
they're
trying to
all pretty
imply-
fairy from the legs down, so that's all I can really see from here.
The rock.
Here it comes.
I don't see him, Tanner. I don't see him.
No, wrong guy.
No, the invisible rock is a different encounter.
John the Rock Cena.
Can you
Dwayne
smell
the
what
Rock.
this rock is cooking?
I think it's cooking us.
Maybe.
Okay, so he sends himself.
I got my.
Yes.
Okay. Kind of in scanning the area here, you can see that there are kind of. Well, you can see that there are some wooded areas kind of farther off, kind of in the opposite direction of the camp. So, yeah, you'd have to go much more out of your way than the camp was, though, to reach it. It's kind of where the hills kind of slope off. There's kind of a little bit of a wooded area, but it's mostly just like dead trees and such, so that you might be able to find some shelter in, but it's probably 200 or so feet off leftwards, and the tree where the rock is probably about 3, 4, 500 in that general area.
What if we just leave, guys?
I like that idea.
What if
I
we
like what you
just
said.
died?
What if we just leave? That beats my idea, which was turn into a cat and let you guys figure out the rest of this encounter.
Hey Tanner,
Hi.
you should probably go get your goat.
Oh yeah. I have to whistle for him.
It does. Wait, does the rock have the goat? Is that what it is? It sounds.
The rock does not have the goat.
Okay.
Did we ever catch a glimpse of what it was?
It was large and dark.
Oh man.
Kind of either
Caught the
black or
lich.
dark brown color.
Ah,
I'm
large
gonna
and dark.
guess a bear.
Something that would have
Very-
stuck out much more in the long grass than maybe the more camouflaged displaced beasts that you fought the night before.
In my mind, my druid's gonna imagine it's an owlbear. Alright. I'm gonna sneak back out towards the path.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay crouched in the grass and walk back.
I'll stay crouched and follow as stealthily as I possibly can. Hopefully,
I'm going to sort of like split off a tiny bit to follow the trail that I left, and to stay a slight bit away from everyone else, so we don't all get killed at the same time if it does find us. Just like 10 feet away, not anything too far.
Oh my god,
we could follow. So who went on ahead? Was that
Oh, I
Was that
went
the-
ahead towards the trail.
to get your goat?
I was gonna whistle for the goat.
All right. So while we're crawling, I'm gonna whisper over to Java, like, "Do you know what the heck that was? That's a big bird." I'm too
I
sure.
got those first.
I've never been this far out into the plains.
Say, what CR is a rock?
Dude,
Maybe I can turn into it.
so,
11.
No, it's
Oh.
11. As soon as he said as soon as he said bird, I knew exactly what it was, and I knew it was very dangerous.
If you double the Moon Druid CR that I get at level 18, I could turn into a rock.
I hit him off, so he's dead. Let's get out of here.
Rocks are higher challenge rating than phoenixes. Keep that in mind.
Yeah, they're huge.
Rocks are also the same size class as dragons. Also
and the
keep that in
Tarask.
mind.
I also have a really
Yes,
dope
man.
mini of one.
Ooh.
They also fly.
Because it's awesome.
Dragons fly.
All right.
All right.
How much longer is it going to take us to reach this goat?
Or something.
Oh no, you definitely can get to it
I got
very
the goat.
easily.
I got the
It's
goat.
not. It's not.
And now that
quite-
we've reached the goat, I'm right on ahead.
Are you leaving us behind?
What do you want to like hold on to the goat?
Doctor Deal.
Well, I'm just saying. Like, are you not going to say anything to us?
Oh, I thought we were hightailing it. The rock's circling above.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
not
I
circling
thought-
above. It's back in its
It
tree
headed
right
back.
now.
It's heading back to the tree, and me and Jav were crawling along the ground towards you, and you went on ahead.
All right, I double back after I still see them do the Metal Gear Solid ground crawl. What's,
Not ground crawl, but
what's the plan here?
leave.
Okay,
I don't know. What is the plan? What's
Leave.
the plan supposed to be?
leave and
I
try
feel
and
like
stay
we-
under the foliage of the tree, so it does
There
not
are
see
no
us.
trees. This is plains.
There is a small outcropping where trees
Oh.
used to be, but it's
Yeah.
about 200 yards to your in front of you and to the left. whereas the tree is about 500 yards to your front and right. So, I mean, you're kind of at a point in a triangle with where the rock is.
We're heading north to get to Tyer still.
Yes.
So, do we want to try and go for the outcropping of older trees like that? Is that kind of like that?
Kind of like that. That's a pretty good.
Do we want to head for the outcropping of the trees, or should we continue along the plains? I don't know. The rock headed back towards the tree.
I
So
feel like
perhaps
we
we could
should
make
head
it.
towards the destination, unless that's.
I
You
don't
know what?
think it
Let's
looks-
head towards the destination and play it by ear
All right,
or by rock.
let's go. Let's keep moving.
Okay.
Let's play it by tier.
Why can't I build here? I can
Let's
build,
just play a
but-
game of rock paper scissors here.
Ah.
Yeah, sorry, I had to do that at least once before.
Dude, that guy.
Rock, paper, skeizers.
Okay, go ahead and roll stealth checks with advantage because the rock's kind of in its tree. It's
At least I know.
keeping itself hidden.
That's a big tree.
Uh,
Well, if you're dead,
Tree.
guy gets every shot.
all right, one was 17 and one was a 2, so 19 stealth for me.
Okay.
Much improved.
Not 40, but rather 27.
You have a 9 on your stealth?
Yeah, I rolled a 6 earlier, but then I realized I forgot to factor expertise in. So
Oh yeah,
Sheesh,
I
that's
forgot.
really good.
bards are the favorite child.
Ouch.
Okay, yeah, no, you all are kind of continue making your way, kind of keeping your heads low and kind of moving as quickly and as quietly as you can to avoid detection. Kind of taking necessary precautions, and you don't see the rock leave its tree as you kind of continue moving forward, kind of to the point where you're almost in a straight line between it and the outcropping off to the side, and then as you begin to go past it, kind of crusting over the hill and onto the other side, to the point where you're kind of more obscured by the earth itself.
Do you think we lost it?
Probably.
well,
Well, at least I feel we're at least out of danger somewhat.
yeah.
Yes.
So we
At
can
least-
continue on our
Let's
way.
go back onto our original path.
All right.
Okay.
Let's continue on towards the town
I'm going to
of
keep,
Tyer.
I'm going to keep my eyes up a little bit. Still looking for any more. I doubt any more could be like there, seeing how much they probably eat. But
No, shoot him out of the air.
Roll me a nature check.
Identify.
all right, D20 plus 1. Let's- Oh wait, no, hold on. I keep forgetting Bard is good, so I get plus 2 instead. It's a 10.
Okay. While you might not be the most common with rock behavioral patterns and their kind of seasonings, you do know that they are rather territorial. And so, one in this area means that you're probably not going to encounter one for at least a good distance. And so, as you move along and kind of continue watching the tree, you kind of see it swoop out and kind of head in an opposite direction to where you were in your spectral satyr, were kind of to look around, and maybe it picks up one of the bodies that was at the campsite and kind of brings it back, but it doesn't appear to be actively following you anymore.
Okay.
I'll take it.
And so as you continue along your journey, you end up making it by nightfall to the city of Tyer, just to kind of expedite a little bit. What would you like to have as your first order of operations?
He's right outside.
Well, first, I believe we need to go into town
I
and
edited out of
Fine. find passage for tomorrow, correct? I don't think we'd want to leave tonight.
Yeah, we do have a whole boating thing to do.
Yeah. We have to find a boat to lead us into the Serpents Cove.
As you kind of arrive in Tyer, you actually get the feeling that this is, like, even though they are on top of a very steep salt hill, like, this is a city that is incredibly ingrained in sea life and oceanic encounters and such. You see that all of the buildings in the town are actually built out of reused boat parts, and so you can see roofs being like the hull of a ship and kind of different pieces kind of spindling down to be almost above the door and kind of garnering porches. And so everything about this town screams like nautical city, like very heavy water based, and roads are paved with stones, and so it's a very well-to-do larger town.
Oh, I bet.
And you know what this means. These guys probably have the best buttered crab legs in all of existence. My mouth waters at the thought.
Do you eat crab?
Yeah, on occasion.
I've never quite had crab. I don't really live on the coast too much.
They have crabs in your forest.
Forest crabs?
Sure.
They just wash up on the river in the forest.
To a restaurant. Come on, man.
It's the Furbolg Crab Restaurant. Don't you know of it? It's a chain. Furbolg Crabs. Every Furbolg likes crabs. No.
Perfect.
Yeah.
As the sun kind of crests over the horizon, you see different members of the town kind of walking out with large torches, and you see almost street lamps in there that they kind of hoist the lights into, and so a large wick inside of it will burn, and so you can have lights kind of cresting across the streets during the night.
Ooh.
The smoke kind of drifting up, blotting out some of the stars in the sky.
It's a beautiful town during the night. Perhaps we could find a place to relax ourselves after a day's walk.
Is there an alleyway?
Why do you want to go to an alleyway?
There are several alleyways.
This is how he relaxes, I think.
I would like to set up a tent in an alleyway.
You're setting up a tent in the alleyway? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Do you really have to live in this? Do you really have to stay in the alleyway?
Why not?
If he wants.
People are going to think you're some kind of strange beggar or someone looking for easy
I
prey.
am a strange beggar.
He is looking for easy prey. You're
But obviously.
exactly what he is.
So, you're going to spend the night out here in the cold?
Yes. Yes. It's not that cold. I have fur.
That's right. That's why all of you citrus look the same, because you have fur.
That is incredibly racist.
It's not racist if it's true.
It's not true.
I turned to him, myself even more covered in fur. I mean, you do got fur, I gotta admit.
Yes, but you see, the fur is different colors. That's like saying every human looks the same with just because they have hair.
Well, my hair is different colors.
I don't know why I got involved in this.
Our fur is different colors.
Well, we'll have to agree to disagree.
I guess.
That's how that works, but okay.
Alright.
Fine.
So,
if you have so much problem with my fur, maybe I'll just get rid of it.
No.
I never said I had a problem with your fur. I just said that all satyrs have fur. That's what makes them look similar. It's fine. You can keep your fur. I'm sorry if I offended you, I guess. But for now, I think it'd either be best to rest or try and find a ferry for the morning. or tomorrow.
Let's go to the harbor now.
Go.
It's
Travel down
we
to
cannot
the coast.
charter a boat for tomorrow morning.
All right,
Okay.
that's a good idea.
Say, we could potentially use our status as people working for our organization as a means of like, hey, we're working for them. Can you supply us a boat?
Well, I believe our organization is not very well known, or at least it's like not too widespread yet. Is that true?
It's more secretive. I mean, there are definitely people who know it and who know of it, but they're not as widely known as as many others. Like there are
The other factions of the world.
They don't have the muscle to say, hey, give us a boat.
No.
Probably not.
Some
Okay.
people
We'll have to
would
go
probably
back to
just shut us
normal
out.
like then.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite get what you said, Tanner.
I was just saying we're gonna have to go about this all normal like.
Yes, very normal like. Just three guys of varying shapes and sizes asking for a boat.
How did
All
that
right.
hit me, man?
All right, let's find the harbor. I believe it might. I'm not too sure. This is
Is
on a
Is it
this
not
is on a cliffside.
nighttime?
It is nighttime, but
I feel like we won't find many people at the docks at this hour.
well, I think dock hands tend to work all night. At least
Night
some do.
fishing's quite popular.
We could wait for tomorrow, but then we might have to wait for another day for a boat to be ready.
Well,
I'm not too sure.
yes.
It might be a good idea just to check our options right now.
Mm. I'm turning in.
You're turning in?
You all can head to the harbor if you want.
All
Let's
right.
go down.
We'll check the harbor while you sleep in the alley.
Okay.
Mhm.
So you kind of make your way to the edge of the kind of cliff face that Tyer sits upon, and you see kind of, it's almost just sheer cliff, but the villagers have carved into the salt below it, and so they have carved steps down to a small sand and salt banks below, and so you can kind of walk down the zigzagging staircase to the banks below. And
All right.
when you're down there, I mean, even from above, you see that there is a massive bonfire raging, kind of right in the middle of it, that lights up most of the harbor.
Hey guys, while you're at the banks, can you withdraw some money?
What? Can we pick up some money?
Did you hear something? I thought I heard something, but it's just us.
I thought I heard. It's those dang ocean owls. The owls of the ocean.
Who?
See, there it is again.
Ocean owls.
Who?
You know, the strange thing about ocean owls is that they sound remarkably person-like. That and their feathers are backwards.
I'm getting
Don't
a
ask
goat
me what that
wing
means.
from
They
it.
just are. Anyway, let's figure out what's going on down at the harbor. Seems like they're having a celebration.
Yes, to the harbor.
You do see several individuals kind of moving on and off of boats, but it seems more that they're kind of tying up and maybe moving a couple supplies over from the day that they've kind of brought down. You see large winch setups from the town of Tyer down the salt cliffs, and so people are kind of bringing those dumbwaiters down to roost, and so people can be moved up and down as a rudimentary elevator service with lots of large goods being brought to the boats below. You see several ships in harbor, almost some that are almost as large as like a galleon, but some of them much more small sailing vessels. Knowing the kind of actually no, make a either nature or survival check if you'd like for those going
I
down.
call nature.
Check. I'll do survival.
Are we rolling with regards to the boats?
Not particularly to the boats.
I got a 15
More to
on
the nature of-
survival.
Is this something that I would apply my wisdom or my intelligence?
Intelligence.
Well,
Okay. 17.
Survival and wisdom or survival and nature are different abilities.
Right, but one thing that I do use that is the variant rule where you can kind of swap proficiency in a skill with a different ability score. So, like you can have.
Alright.
It might be kind of strange, but like an intelligence-based athletics would be like knowing about the sport rather than being able to perform it.
Okay.
So, an intelligence-based nature would be more knowing about the nature rather than having experience.
Well, nature is already intelligence-based.
Wisdom-based nature
Yeah.
would then be more experience than knowing about.
Yeah.
Other way around, vice versa, completely intended as usual.
Can I use intelligence-based survival then? Or
For this
that
one,
not
sure.
work?
For this one, sure.
all right. So instead of
Certainly not.
a 15, that'd be an 18.
Okay. So both of you kind of having learned as much as you could about the terrain before you came here and kind of learning about your the location is, you know that the water of the Vein Serpents Cove, not only is it deep, but it is quite reaction based. It is, you're often going to see very large waves kind of cresting across it. It's scientists and researchers have actually been able to measure kind of their locations, and they pinpoint that there are definitely islands scattered throughout it, but they're kind of hard to kind of pinpoint and locate on a map because they are more volcanic, and so they're going to float around a little bit more. And so they'll break apart waves, and so you know that in order to get out of here, you're going to need to get a much larger boat than something small, like a small skiff or something.
Darn.
That'll probably cost a bit more to ferry us in there.
That is what I was darning about, yeah.
Well, I can't read your mind. So maybe we could talk to a wharf master or whoever's in charge and ask them about rates. Yeah.
Yeah. I need to refresh myself into where exactly we're going.
We're going to the Vein Serpents Cove to investigate this intercepted beacon thing.
Okay.
Yep. So we need a boat to get us out to the Vein Serpents Cove because it's on the water.
And as far as where the beacon signal was received, it's probably good 10, 20, 30, probably even more, but miles. It's very deep within the center of the cove.
Alright.
So it's definitely not an easy journey. But as you kind of make your way down, you see lots of individuals just kind of packing up boats, relaxing around the campfire, and then when you get down there, you actually see that there's almost its own tavern and inn carved into the side of the cliff.
Oh.
So, you know that one, like, famous sand city in, I believe, the Jordan. It's kind of like that, where you have just a large building complex built into the side of this cliff.
Before we even see any kind of signage, I'm going to look at Norboros and say, you know what would be perfect name for this place? The Salty Sailor, because they're built into salt cliffs and they're sailors.
I bet he's never heard of that one before.
Let's see if I'm right. If I'm right, that'd be great.
I don't know. I have an epic shotgun.
I guess we're still looking for a wharf master though, or someone to talk to about getting a boat.
I mean, there are a good number of people down there. You see, actually, roll me a perception check.
Hooray! Perception 3. I don't see anything. I don't think I see anybody.
I mean, they all kind of look like they're wearing similar garb to you.
Hmm.
I mean, some of them
They
have a
all-
couple more pins and badges and such, but it could easily be for different missions they've gone on, different trinkets they've collected. It could be a whole mess of things.
Can't quite tell who would command a boat. Do you know who we should ask first, Norboros?
I think
Hmm.
that's a bunch of news.
There's a lot of people here.
I
Should we
mean,
just go up to something?
yeah, there's probably about 35, 40 people down in this
All
area.
right.
Like just
I'll
kind
just
of
go
moving
up.
around, and that would include people who are kind of in the downstairs level of the tavern as well. So
I'll just go up to the nearest person on the dock and like greet them like, "Hello, excuse me, fine sir and or madam. We're trying to locate a ferry to get us into the Vein Serpent Cove tomorrow. Do you know where we can like inquire about such a thing?"
Sure. Okay, so let me just.
40 people.
Right, you're looking to get into the cove. That's a bit more of a rough territory. Tell me, what business you have out there? I mean, it's in the middle of nowhere.
Well, we're mostly just a rascally bunch, and we heard that it might be interesting to check out some kind of adventure, if you will. My friends are most excited to try and see the waves at their roughest.
I'm an AR expert.
Okay.
I think he sees me.
Okay. Well, that's certainly an interesting bit of queries, but I mean, we've seen the adventurous sort before. They go sailing out here, go running about, and sometimes go missing, but it's all good. Okay.
Is there anyone who might be like-minded as us among the sailors here?
Oh, well, we've got boats going out in a couple of days. I don't quite remember what her name is, but I'm sure Wharf Master Silverstone, he will know for sure. He's got the paperwork.
Thank you very much. Do you know where we could find him?
Yeah.
Kind of runs this here establishment and gestures over towards where the tavern kind of area is down below. So you might be able, you'll probably be able to find him inside. I mean, his sons usually man the later hours, so he can be out on the docks early in the morning. But
Epic win! How many kills
yes,
do I have?
Oh,
yeah, we've got several
Thank you.
different shipping guilds coming through here frequently.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your time. And I give him a pat on the shoulder and return to my companion. All right. We need to talk to a Wharf Master Silverstone. Is that it? Silverstone?
No,
Silverstone.
All right.
I would have won that man without
All right.
trouble.
So Wharf Master Silverstone is the one to talk to.
That was crazy.
So he runs this here establishment, but I think his sons are the ones to run it in the night. So we probably need to talk to one of them to inquire about a meeting in the morning.
Oh, right.
Alright.
Maybe we should wait until the morning
Alright.
when
That
we're
is
all
true.
together.
Yes, that actually makes more sense. We could wait until tomorrow and then join back up and find this Silverstone and make him take us out on the water with force.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Okay.
Yes, but for now we need to find a place to rest. Are you going to return to the alley?
Yeah, I'm gonna go return to the alley to check on our goat friend.
Alright.
I just want to make sure he's not selling drugs. I got a lot of drug seller vibes. And
He does tend to prey on the young ones.
I think he'll prey on anyone with money.
Whoa.
As in, he sells drugs to the young ones. You
Goats
know.
are hedonistic. I'm gonna sleep outside the town again. I'm gonna sleep in every
Wow.
biome possible. It's cheap.
I'm gonna try and check out the rates for staying at this tavern. Perhaps I
Should have
could.
some extra money.
I do have some extra money.
Okay.
Also, here's your 4 silver back.
No, keep it.
Oh, really? Well,
Yes.
thank you very much.
I'm already upset that I'm carrying around 25 gold pieces.
Alright. Well, I'll go into the tavern and try and find a room for the night and probably spend just some time around the downstairs area and before I retire. And that'll be my evening.
Yeah.
Okay. Just one moment.
I gotta loot this one.
Okay. So yeah, you're gonna stay in the kind of inn that's on the salt cliffs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That is gonna. It's a very lively place on the inside. You see like different areas that are directly carved out of the rock. Like the entire foundation of the bar itself is just straight salt, but it's got kind of a wood grain finish on the top.
Ooh.
The kind of liquor cabinet is also just directly carved into the salt, but they've once again got kind of wooden shelves kind of built into it. The ground itself is wood. They've kind of covered over it because the salt would definitely erode, and they have large support beams kind of going up across and across the ceiling, just to kind of hold everything up in case there ever was issues and structurally. But the whole building seems structurally sound. There's kind of a stage area where there's a band playing just kind of jaunty bardic style musical tunes.
Heck yeah.
And several tables with different mariner crews kind of laughing, talking, chatting, having ales and such.
Alright. Do you think I could attempt to try and mingle a bit to learn a bit more about the Vein Serpents Cove from these people?
Oh, absolutely.
If they have any extra information, because I maybe perhaps stuff about diving or just the water itself, because we know it came from under the water, maybe the beacon signal, or
you do not know if it came from under the water. You know that it came from somewhere in the cove, and that it was.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just ask about the cove in general then.
Okay.
And see if I can scrounge up anything.
Okay.
If there's nothing new, that's fine too. I can mingle.
Okay. Just a moment. I will come back to you. Let's kind of cut over to
Yep.
Jav and Norboros. Norboros, you kind of make the trek back up the salt cliffs. And you find Jav kind of setting up camp, but also mingling with some of the other people on the streets, kind of just chatting.
I want to tell them the information we found and the contact we made.
Did you talk to the Wharf Master?
Yes, we got a name on who could set us up with ships in the morning.
Ah, yes. Well, I was just planning ahead on that, and I bust out my supplies of my out of the little lockbox in my backpack of pens and paper and rings and wax. And I would like to try to forge a writ from the current mayor to the wharf master to sort of requisition a spot on the ship going into the cove.
I give him this look as he's doing it.
From the current mayor that he definitely knows.
He did some investigation around, so.
Mm-hmm. Alright.
Are you proficient in a forgery kit?
I am uber proficient in a forgery kit, actually. I have double proficiency in it.
Okay.
Ooh.
So tell me a little bit more specifically what you're gonna put in this.
Just pretty much a request to clear 3 spots for us on a ship that is going towards that area. This and allow passage on.
Okay, that's
Good.
easy enough to do. So yeah, go ahead and make a check with your forgery kit.
Okay.
I believe that's...
Oh, look at that, man. Look.
Yeah.
I believe
Oh,
that's
here it is.
intelligence, but let me just double check.
We got
Okay.
the Fortnite Crown Scout. Dude, we gotta go to like this place like June still. Never mind, let's go.
Yep, intelligence and then proficiency since you are, but you guys you have double proficiency, so yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's +7 then.
She says.
Oh shit, that's not good.
Well, I mean, considering how you've
I-
never actually met the mayor, you don't know their signature. I mean, you're doing your best to seem kind of as formal and as kind of authoritative as you can, but
I'm going.
you're not entirely 100% sure how this is gonna fare, and signature's kind of a little bit smudgy, so it's passable, but you're not sure if it would.
Yeah.
You'll have to see. You'll have to see.
Um.
You're right. Yeah, I'll get the epic shot and put it out.
Anything else you guys
How
would
much-
like to do? Oh, good.
How much is a normal fare for one person like that?
Get that chest, dude.
Like on the ships,
Yeah.
it's gonna be up to the captain.
Epic.
Yeah, we didn't get that far because we didn't go to one person. I figured I could check with you, see if you have a good idea. I see now that you don't.
I will enclose 10 gold pieces and then seal it with wax.
Okay.
Well, leave a little note that like little money for your trouble, and then seal it with wax.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you kind of finish your note. You think it's pretty good. You take some of the gold that you picked off of the crew from the forest, and then you kind of take an envelope, kind of fill it up. It jingles a little bit. It's a very heavy envelope. You kind of reinforce some of the edges with a little bit of the extra wax, just kind of to hold it together, make sure it doesn't completely spill out
Really low.
beforehand. Make a sleight of hand check for me, please.
Sleight of hand. Okay.
I don't like.
Is that
Google.
Dex, right?
Yep.
Oh. That should be +6, not +76. So that's a 14.
That's one hell of a proficiency modifier.
Yeah.
Remember,
It's-
bards.
All up to being a bard. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, you really got a 76?
Yes.
Okay.
Is that? Oh wait, are you being serious, or is it you just write 76 by accident?
No,
No,
it's
it's-
6. You manage to kind of get the money out and kind of put it in the envelope, relatively secretly. So like you're pretty sure no one else is watching or taking notes when you do, taking note of it when you do. Okay. Anything else you would like to do before turning in for the night?
I want to pack it all up in my lockbox and then lock it back up.
Okay.
All my stuff, and then put it back in my backpack.
What time is it?
Given where the sun is right now, and knowing that it's kind of early fall, it's probably about 9 o'clock-ish, 9:30-ish. It's getting late, but it's by no means
Hmm.
unreasonable.
Okay.
There's a guitar one, I remember. They removed it for some reason.
Alright, well, you seem done. I'll head to the outskirts of town and set up a camp. And
Ready up?
with a few hours left in the night, I'm just going to wild shape into a giant octopus and swim around for a couple hours. I didn't get to wild shape today, so I wanted to do it.
Wait, so you like head just to make sure I understand. So you're gonna head
I
back
set
down
up
to the
camp
sea?
on shore, and then I go into the water, wild shape into a giant octopus, just chill there for an hour or two, come back out of the water, go to sleep.
Okay. Yep. Absolutely doable. The
Do
water
we-
is kind of cold. It kind of bites at you a little bit, but your
Salty.
octopus form is more or less unfazed. Anything else? Sorry, I keep cutting you off.
Me?
I think so.
Oh, I was just gonna say I do octopus stuff for 2 hours, and then I sleep.
Okay. Do you guys want to set up a watch or anything?
Well, they're
Turner.
both in town, and I'm outside town.
Yeah.
Oh.
One's in
I'm
an
sleeping
alley,
outside
one's
town
by
on
themselves
nature.
in town. I'm sleeping in an inn, so it's kind of. I kind of fell apart, kind of. Well, who knows what'll happen? Don't blame the DM when you do something like this.
Okay. So, Norboros, you kind of go be an octopus for a bit, come back, set up camp, and just kind of take it easy under the starry sky.
Where are you camping?
Me? I'm camping outside the city,
Mm.
near the shore of the waters.
Okay.
If a Sahwagan comes out of the water and robs me, then so be it.
Well, that's loud.
And
Sorry.
Jav, you are setting up camp kind of in town.
Yes.
Okay.
Out of the way, though, not like in the middle of the street.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I imagine you were doing the medieval equivalent of like homeless people sleeping under a busy bridge,
Yeah.
but on
You turned
purpose.
into a troll sleeping under a bridge. You gotta pay the troll toll.
We have 3 very different decisions for sleeping here.
Hey, it adds much more uniqueness and flavor to the campaign.
Indeed, it does.
Let's go.
I'm gonna go for 1 quick minute. I'll be back soon.
And so we cut back to events at the tavern.
Yep.
That was a good game.
You
Chatting
said you
up
wanted to
some-
mingle and ingratiate yourself with some of the players here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you see kind of a whole mess of different people. You see 2 dwarves kind of back behind the bar, kind of serving up drinks, kind of passing them around and sending them to people. You see a couple different tables. A couple of dwarves are arm wrestling over in the corner. You see a table that has that's very much secluded, kind of built into a carapace around the back, just kind of hidden mostly from view, and you see kind of a dwarf kind of at the lead of a table, kind of gesturing with his hands and kind of to a small crew around them. Crew of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 people. So kind of 1 dwarf captain and several others around them. Off to the another side, you see kind of a couple tieflings kind of playing cards, rolling dice. It's unsure if it's actually a game or if they're trying to do like a fortune-telling kind of thing. You see... I mean, yeah, that's... There are a couple other tables of different elves and dwarves and humans kind of all just intermingling, playing games, drinking. Having merry times.
you said there's a table with 2 dwarves arm wrestling?
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna walk up to that one and be like, "Hey, I see you got quite a. Looks like you have quite a grip on you, too."
You don't even worry. I did a load along.
Yeah. And what have you of it?
Yeah, I just noticed that you're quite going at it, and I thought, I don't know, perhaps I could best those 2.
Nobody ever goes to church.
All right then. Let's see what you've got.
All right.
Go there. It's always
All right, I'm gonna sit down with these 2 and lay my hand on the table. Like, all right, let's go at it then.
Okay. You watch as the other dwarf kind of steps to the side, kind of just lets you sit down in his place. The bench is warm and kind of sweaty from where he last was.
All right.
Okay. Let's start off with just a strength check.
Strength check or athletics check, would you say?
Just straight strength.
I'm
Just
here.
straight strength? All right.
What's going on?
I'm arm wrestling a dwarf to ingratiate myself. All right. Oh, dang.
Oh, he has 20 strength.
Strong little dwarf.
The dwarf that could. I don't think I'll be able to beat that without getting a nat 20.
I think best case scenario, you resist so much that he breaks your arm.
I mean, there's a couple of ones.
He
you
throws
see this
you
dwarf
across.
kind of immediately gaining a lot of space. Your arm's kind of resisting being pushed down, and you've got maybe a couple of inches. Let's go
All right.
again.
All right, another strength roll.
Yep.
Ooh. 19.
Oh,
Gassed himself.
As you're kind of down, you kind of manage to push him back up towards the center. You see the dwarf kind of look at you with surprise, like you were just about down, but you've managed to match him.
All right.
Okay.
I might start on the down tilt, but I'm always making my way back.
That's what they all say.
Well, let's see how you like about this.
Oh, you start to gain ground. You've kind of pushed him over. He's losing space. You kind of feel a rush of adrenaline as you're beginning to.
All right. Okay. Oh no.
Oh no.
15. Oh, I'm losing.
He kind of pushes you back up towards the center. It's going a little bit in his favor, but you're neck and neck, just going at each other.
All right, now I'm starting to sweat.
Oh, this is
Oh,
it,
man.
the second wind.
Oh, it's 3, so it's 10 total, but I still lose. I'm going back down again.
You're going back down. You're going back down. He's pushing back as hard as you can. You kind of see him just chewing it on it, almost like chewing at his gums. Like his teeth are grating. Like you see sweat pouring down his face. You get the feeling like if he wins this next round, it could just be over for you.
All right. Well, oh boy. That's 5. No, he wins.
The dwarf's hand goes down. Kind of, as you're down, kind of takes a good breath and good show.
I gotta say, I felt confident in myself near the middle there, but I guess I have not built up enough arm strength in particular.
Oh, working around these parts here, and you're sure to pick up a couple of. Kind of holds his arm up, a couple of muscles.
Oh, you work around here as a dockhand, or do you go on the ships?
Oh, please, Wharf Master Deleg Silverstone.
Ah,
Kind of reaches his hand
Wharf
out to
Master.
shake you, to shake your.
I shake his hand in return. Ah, just the man I was thinking of visiting.
Ah,
I don't know if you want to talk business on your off hours or not, so I wouldn't like to pry.
well, you certainly seem to not be from around here.
Nope. From down south. It's quite a bit ways from Venegar.
That
Not
it
too
is.
sure.
Yeah, that it most certainly is. So,
Yeah.
so tell me, sorry, sir, I didn't catch your name.
Vince Von Blastpin.
So tell me, Vince, what's a guy like you doing down here in Tyer?
Well, I'm accompanying a couple of friends of mine. And they were telling me how much they wanted to see the ocean and the waters. And in particular, they were talking to me about the Serpents Cove. I know they're quite a eager bunch.
Well, eager is certainly a word for it. I'd call it more suicidal, but that's just me.
We were thinking about getting a boat out there in the coming days, but we weren't too sure like where to begin in asking for a ferry across the waters.
I mean, if you're looking for a ferry, you're looking for the captain's. I'm not much of one to tell them who to take, tell them what to do. They're just staying in my dock, so I collect their harbor fees. I collect their paperwork. You know, we got a good relationship. I don't ask many questions. They don't. You know, break my rules.
You know of any of these captains that might be willing to take a couple of suicidal adventurers out onto the waters?
Well, then I think you're gonna need to find yourself a captain who's just as crazy as you are. I mean, we've got several of them who pass through here every once in a while. I hear Captain Gersa went out last Maelstrom season. We haven't seen her in a while, but, you know, she's probably going to be coming back anytime now. Probably headed up to Trija and, you know, off the coast that way. So, yeah. So you're telling me you're looking for the Serpents Cove. What be your business up in those parts?
They're right there.
Well, my friends seem to be interested in the rough waters, but personally myself, I heard that there might be something interesting happening in those whereabouts. Just rumors in the town I'm from, saying something strange was picked up or whatever.
Well, there's always something strange going on there. Missing ships, strange lights occasionally, you know. All sorts of funky stuff. I mean, we get a little bit of it here since it comes close to our waters. We just try and either cut across at some of our more shallow parts or just bypass her altogether.
Well, that's certainly something to watch out for when we get on the waters.
Indeed it is. You should always be watching out when you're on the waters.
Yeah. But thanks for humoring me. I also need a place to spend the night. My companions decided to more rough it, so I need to get a room. Should I talk to your sons then about a room for the night?
Oh, yeah. Let me go over here and chat with them before we go with you. So
All right.
he kind of accompanies you up to the bar and in the interest of not doing three dwarven voices, since that's kind of hard on the throat. The three of them kind of talk back and forth with you, and they're able to get you a discounted room at about 6 silver a night.
All right, I'll take that, and I'll also order an ale to finish off the night. I'll order 2 and share one with with the Wharf Master.
Okay, so that's gonna be two silver per.
2 silver per each.
Yep.
All right, so that's just about 1 gold total.
Yep.
All right. I'll pay my due, slam back my ale, and give the Wharf Master a good pat on the shoulder and be like, thanks for talking to me today, sir.
Always
Nothing
a
beats.
pleasure.
Always a pleasure. You have a fine establishment too.
I like to think so. Yes.
All right. I'll talk to you some other time, perhaps.
Hey, perhaps.
Good evening.
Hope to see making it back in. If you actually survive this cove.
Yes, that is quite ominous, but I will take it as good fun. I'll shrug and smile before I go to get my room. Go to my room, and I'll spend the night doing that. All right.
Okay. Night falls fully. The sky is, for those of you who are under it, the sky is almost pure pitch black. You see the occasional smoke from torchlights kind of wafting up there, but the stars kind of are just like pinpricks on black paper. Like, it's quite a serene sound.
Just a question. What did they say the captain's name was?
He only mentioned one who had gone into there and never returned, but Girsa. Gersa.
Girsa?
Yep.
Gersa.
As far as you know, Captain Girsa might not be back in town for a couple of months, if ever.
Alright.
But you found someone who might go into the cove with you.
Yeah. If only they ever return. So, that's interesting. Alright. Thanks.
Okay. As night kind of passes on, Norberus, you're kind of watching the surf kind of crash upon the docks, in and out of sleep throughout the night, just taking it easy, but occasionally having to shift and kind of get sand out of your furs and hides and clothes. Just, it's coarse, it's rough, it gets everywhere. What can I say? I need you to... I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
Who's making this?
You are.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're good, you're good.
Charisma saving throw.
Yes.
Charisma saving throw. Fantastic.
Okay. I am going to let you sit with that for a moment because I need to use the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Alright.
Oh, good. I wasn't paying attention, but when no one said anything, I thought, "Oh no, he doesn't mean he didn't say me, did he?"
He did.
And now I've made it.
Hope I didn't if I did, hope I didn't take too long trying to smooth up on the locals.
Charisma saving throw is scary. That implies mind control of some kind.
Or being sent to another plane.
Oh yeah, that is what that is, isn't it? Well, I'm Fey-like, so I'm not Fey-like, but you know what I mean. Nature-y. I could survive if I go to the Fey Wilds.
Possibly.
But any other of the 10,000 dimensions, I'd die.
Like the fire dimension.
Yeah. That
Or
would
the
suck.
water dimension. Or the air dimension.
No. Water dimension would be okay. I have octopus. Don't you forget. I
For
can
how
survive
long?
about 5 hours if I use both wild shapes.
Till you drown.
I'll have 5 hours to think of an idea. Let's see. I've been charmed by the other octopi I've swam with.
You've been charmed by octopi. This is the weirdest night of your life.
You're gonna go out and turn into an octopus again, Tanner. Ooh, I know you will become octopus. Ooh, you will.
Ooh, you want to show me your fishing spot? Ooh, you'll really, really want to show it.
Ooh, you will take me out to sea. Ooh, you really want to
You
do
will
it.
give me the pickle that came with your sandwich.
Sandwich pickle.
That's my favorite. I'm ready to get into combat, kill something.
Ready to get into combat and kill something? Well, why did you
yeah.
try to kill the rock?
What is that thing?
It's a lot of health.
What is that thing in the bottom left? Oh God!
My God, it forces things to make charisma saving throws.
Oh my God! It's a weird.
In
It's a
Adam's
human
My God,
centipede.
it's blue. Yeah, blue centipede.
Watch out! They're staring at your books. He can't hear us yet, I think.
I failed a saving throw. I have every right to stare.
You have every right to stare. You're just so entranced.
In fear. Yeah, I'm entranced. That's it.
Here we are in fear. Here we are in fear, and it's ah. I just got reminded of that one video of a building that says, "Don't be racist. I am a building." Ooh, it's getting to that point of night when I just start to think of random stuff.
I don't know what that is in his monster manual, but it looks like a Remora has. I know it's not, but
what?
That's the only blue centipede. Remember when James had us fight the blue centipede thing, and he was like, "Yeah, I based it on this." The Remmer haze is what he based it on.
Yeah.
Big scary
but
snow
that's in the
centipede.
snow. Yeah.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's not that, but it's the only thing I can think of, and that doesn't soothe me.
It does not.
It looks eerie. Pebbles.
Pebbles.
As I discover my fate, I think you need to look at this video as I do so.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that.
No problem. Now please tell me what has entranced me / mind controlled me / sent me to another plane of elements. All three of which are caused by charisma.
Okay. As you're kind of resting, you kind of hear a sound just reverberating around and across the
Jack, is
the
that Lego?
cove. You kind of hear it echoing off the salt cliffs, and it's even in your slumber, you still kind of feel a small, entrancing nature to the call, a small beckoning. You hear the oceans just calling out to you.
Do I have the sudden urge to throw myself into the body of water?
Not particularly, but you do feel the water kind of almost creep up, or it could just be a figment of your imagination. You aren't even sure. It just kind of washes over you, and it feels much warmer. And
Tanner,
much
you're in the
more
water
inviting.
dimension.
I'm
You're in
having
it.
I'm having a druidic hallucination again.
The water just it feels warm. It feels inviting, and but at
Did
the
you
same
take
time, you
shrooms?
kind of shake into your mind. No, this is dangerous. Something is trying to allure. Something is trying to entrap.
I
You hear
swam in the
similar
water.
sounds kind of echoing, but more in other directions. This one was just a wayward siren's call that happened upon your ears. And the rest of the nights, they pass uneventfully. The sun begins to rise up, and it is day. Yeah.
Well, I swam in the water already. I know it's cold. So I'm gonna ignore those calls. I'm gonna make a mental note to ask whatever captain we get if sirens are an issue. Alright, I'll pack my things up and head into town.
I don't know if they have sirens here. Technology isn't that advanced.
Wah, wah, wah.
You are so
Wah,
mean to me.
wah, wah.
Alright, I pack up and head to town to meet up with the rest.
Okay.
All right. In the morning, I'll
I
wake up,
skedaddle out of there.
get some breakfast. Then I'll go up to the town. Then I'll meet up with my friends. All right. So I'm meeting up with everybody.
Okay. Easy enough.
Okay.
Returning to the alleyway, because that's our meeting spot apparently. Apparently we meet in alleyways.
Alright.
This is a bad
When
habit
he-
the College of Whispers Bard has gotten us into.
when he gets there, he probably arrives to me still sleeping.
Okay. All of your stuff is still there. No one.
Jav, are you awake?
As he calls out to me, I open the front flap of the tent and walk out, completely hairless.
Okay.
I stare in horror. What?
I just stare straight back, just looking at him. I go, "What?"
I come into the alley whistling, see that, and then turn around whistling and walk right back out.
Wait, Noboros, don't leave me alone with this man.
I leave him alone with that man.
I'm afraid he will do things to me.
I'm already gone.
No.
I need crab legs to distract myself.
I'll join you. We could go out and rest while we discuss
I
what to
go,
do next.
"Oh,
I walk
I
faster.
sort
I
of,
have 40 move speed.
I sort of rub my eyes, and then I walk back into the tent, and then pack up all my stuff."
Okay.
Do you at least have pants on?
No.
Please tell me you at least turn the fur into fur pants.
No, he
No.
has no pants on.
You're a
No
diabolical
pants.
son of a bitch.
No pants.
Ah!
I mean, he's been Winnie Poohing it the whole time here. I mean, what did you expect? Say it, Turks.
Why did you shave all your hair?
I just call from inside the tent. You said we all look the same.
I did not say that. Well, yes, I said they look similar.
Made myself look a little bit different. Uh,
This isn't like some kind of illusion, right?
I don't know.
All right, well, I'm going to follow up to Norborough, so I'll leave you behind. Unless
Why
you want
you-
to.
You have been abandoned by everyone.
You're being
All right.
abandoned by everyone because of your choice.
I
in
pick up my
looks.
as I finish packing up my stuff. I pick up my backpack and walk out. Now fully furred into the alleyway, starting to take down the tent.
That's better. I apologize. I might have said something insensitive last night. So, how about we just go meet up with our friend and discuss what we have found out and how we're to proceed. All right?
Yes.
All right. Good man. And I'm going to go hurriedly find Nobros. Power walk speed.
Okay.
So you're going to get some fish, some crab legs.
Yeah, I need something fishy to wash the taste of that out of my everything.
Guess
Okay.
we're going to the fish market.
Yeah, you're able to find several sellers. Get some decent seafood for relatively cheap. I mean, it's how much of the crab legs do you want, and of what quality, and what size and quality?
I don't know. One crab.
Okay,
One-
one crab's worth.
One full crab leg.
Yeah,
one full crab.
one good crab.
You can have the legs, and I'll take the middle.
Oh no, I'm getting a crab.
Oh, you're just getting a fresh crab, and you're going to bite into it raw.
Find
Not
familiar
fresh
can go
crab. I mean,
easy.
I'm gonna get a whole cooked crab and eat it all.
Oh, well, I already had breakfast. They provided it because I pay money.
Oh, that's good.
I'll go buy some bread.
Okay.
I could probably just go into the water and catch a fish.
As far as getting
Fish
bread
fast.
goes, that's relatively inexpensive. You pay maybe 5 copper pieces. As far as the crab goes, that's gonna run you about 3 silver.
It's 1,000 copper per gold, right? Or is it 100?
100 copper per gold.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's 10 copper per silver and 10 silver per gold.
Everything's factors of tens. It's almost like the metric system.
It's like somehow medieval times got it right before Americans.
That's crazy.
Okay, yeah. You're able to get your foods. And
All right, now the captain.
I was about to bring that up. I managed to find the Wharf Master last night.
Yes.
He's quite impressive, honestly. And he managed to tell me that he's not actually in charge of the captains, so he can't quite tell us who to look for or talk to if we want to get out on the water. He did mention one captain, but they're currently lost at sea for perhaps several months. So I don't think we can rely on them unless we wanted to wait several months, but I doubt you want to do that.
Here, I say, well, since we won't be needing this anymore, I pop open the note and then
Oh, wait.
take the gold out.
okay.
I'll have a talk with some of the captains, see if we can't find someone who will be a little bit more receptive.
Yeah, the captain, I think asking around the docks might do good. But if we wanted to perhaps spend some time in town, there are other things we could pursue.
I will see who all is at the docks now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. I assume that things have changed since last night.
Oh yes,
Be best to check in.
yeah, the docks are quite bustling. You see several kind of smaller crews kind of get their skiffs ready and kind of head out. You see a lot of fishing nets going out in there just to kind of bring in the next day's catch. Go out fishing, get some food. See a couple people with more harpoons and such. Like they're going to go a little bit deeper and just kind of look for much larger catches. Then you see a couple larger ships kind of packing up, but one's kind of coming in just after a long voyage, kind of as though they're going to settle in for a bit, because you can kind of tell just given how many anchors they've dropped and
Yeah.
how much rigging they're kind of seeming to be ready to pull off of it. You see the one kind of 10-person crew kind of getting ready that you had watched in the other room for a moment the night before. They're kind of bringing stuff out to their ship. It's rather large. It's actually a galleon sized.
Oh.
So they're
Well,
bringing up a lot of
I know
provisions.
we need a larger ship to traverse the waters of Serpents Cove. You want to ask around more of these galleon types?
I will in a moment. Give me a second, and I'm going to try to find a secluded place.
Not again.
He's going to get rid of all this fur again.
He's gonna forge a galleon so we don't have to buy one at all.
Forge a galleon note.
You can certainly try.
He's gonna build a galleon out of fake signets and letters.
Yes. So I'm going to. Never mind. Actually. I'm gonna take a poop. And then return to the group.
You just needed to drop off some anxieties.
Yes. I realized I couldn't do what I like. I had an idea, then I realized no, probably wouldn't. Probably shouldn't do that.
You can always try if you want, but
I could try, but it probably wouldn't be a good idea.
Well, so I saw that lot in the inn last night, and they seem like a sturdier bunch. Perhaps it'd be a good idea to ask them about what their plans are for their voyage coming up.
Wait, which one?
The group of 10 heading onto the galleon. That's what I'm pointing out to you guys. You think we could approach them?
You may certainly try.
We may certainly try.
Okay.
Are you people? Are you like good with people?
He's probably good with people.
I'm good with people.
You are a bard. I figured you'd be good with people.
Yes.
I can come with. We can perhaps try and score a voyage. See where they're headed. Shall we go?
How much gold do you each have?
I have 13 gold.
What are we trying to do?
Trying to talk to these people, see if we can convince them to take us to Serpents Cove, but we haven't talked to them just yet. So that might be.
I want to go to. Wait, is this the same galleon that is loading up harpoons, or are they the one docked?
They're docked right now. They're working on kind of loading up provisions and such. It looks like they have a longer voyage ahead of them.
Who's the ones loading up harpoons? Are there any galleons doing that, or is it just smaller ships?
Smaller ships mainly for
Yeah.
harpoons.
Yeah, probably for like smaller whaling ships or fishing ships that won't go out too far.
Yep.
We need to talk to the bigger ships because the vein Serpents Cove is a bit more dangerous.
Yes, I just didn't know if we could find one that was both large and armed. That's more of what I was thinking.
I mean, all of the ships have
But-
some form of arms. Like, and
Yeah.
the crew there, they definitely seem like they have weapons. So
Okay.
They have guns. Watch out, they have guns.
actually, no, they don't.
No guns.
I mean,
don't
there are
have-
guns in this world. Don't get me wrong, but they're
Are
not
there-
nearly as widespread. At least right now.
Are there cannons on the ships, or no?
You see maybe a couple of them, but like they're very
It's not-
rudimentary and not necessarily well crafted.
Okay.
And
I'd
only on
like
the
to
larger
go.
ones.
Yeah, I'll go to the larger ship and start
Oh,
asking for the captain, and I guess he's coming along.
the one loading up.
Yeah.
Alright. I'll follow along as your partner in crime.
What? Hold on. What's the information we know about the thing we're after?
There was a signal of a beacon that was intercepted and believed to have come from the Vein Serpent's Cove, so we want to go investigate that area.
Somewhere from the middle of the cove, near the
Yeah,
deepest
from the middle of
parts.
the cove. Near the deepest parts.
Okay.
What's your name?
Well.
That,
Okay.
oh, by the way.
Okay, so you approach. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. No. Go ahead. Sorry. I was just gonna say. I'm gonna try to find the captain.
God, that's scary.
Okay.
That was the curse.
So as you kind of watch this ship for a moment before approaching, you see several individuals kind of moving on and off the ship. See four dwarven men kind of getting on and off.
There's
A gnome, a Goliath, three elves, one male, two female, and last but not least, a dragonborn, kind of with a more leathery kind of complexion, and it's with hints of greens and blues. As for if any of them kind of stand out more or less, they're all kind of dressed with kind of a navy blue and silver-esque
It's right here.
design.
There's a candle on the floor here.
Jackson,
Okay.
you said you were with him. Sorry, Vince.
Yeah. Yeah.
Roll
I'm
me
just following with
an
him.
insight check.
Insight.
Oh,
Yes.
it got
Alright.
from and the candle got from farther.
Alright, so 9 plus 3 is 12.
Okay, you can kind of remember back to last night when you saw them. The individual who was kind of conducting and organizing the meeting is a dwarven man, kind of stout, kind of beard is very trimmed back as well as mustache, and wearing whereas everyone else's coats are navy blue, his is far darker. It's almost a black.
Alright. I'm going to nudge Zob and point towards him and say, I believe that might be the leader.
Large golden
Okay.
eyes too. So
Yeah.
I call out to him and I say, Captain, do I have permission to board your ship? I need to speak to you.
aye, you may come aboard. Quite.
All right.
I follow along, hopefully.
Climb on. Yeah. And I, sort of, as I approach, I say, well, you seem to be preparing for a long voyage. Where is it that you might be headed?
Yes, we are. Tell me, what business is it of yours?
Well, we are looking for some sort of ferry business of the mayor.
That's quite interesting. She doesn't usually give out ferrying missions, but please enlighten me. What has she tasked you with?
There has been some sightings of something out in the water that she once investigated. That's all I can really give out for now, unless you'd be willing to take us, in which case I may be able to espouse more.
So you're telling me that the mayor, who doesn't usually give out ferrying missions, has given you, an individual who, quite frankly, I have never seen before in this town, a mission to find something very vague and menacing that pops up once in a while in the most dangerous parts of the ocean. Am I hearing you correctly, sir?
I never said anything about the dangerous parts of the ocean. However, she did seek me out because of my skills in the matter. As to why you may not have seen me before. This is my first time here.
Roll a
He is quite
persuasion
skilled
check.
when it comes to the... What?
Roll me a persuasion
that?
check.
Persuasion?
Yep.
No, is it persuasion or deception? Because
Your
deception
call.
is when you're lying, right?
Your call, because you're about 50-50 with lies and truths. Yeah. Like, he's definitely on board that you're very new here, but he's definitely more than willing to call your bluff.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to say that this is more of a lie, because none of, like, I never talked to the mayor or anything. I have no fucking clue what I'm talking about.
Fair enough.
Alright, so that's... I think it's
Deception.
9. Yeah, that's 9 as well. Modified 20.
Nice.
Okay. I see. That's rather interesting. So, tell me.
We're not... Well, all I was about to say is that we're not looking to divert you for any previous course. That is why I was interested in where you were going. If we could join you, and if you were going that way already, if it would be a minor detour rather than a major one. We can find another ship if you are not headed that way into the Cove.
Oh, well, we're heading up to my lore. It's a bit of a journey, but we'll probably stop at Tatal on the way. Just reload. I mean, that does put us right through your blasted cove, so, I mean, I suppose we could ferry you on our way through. It's not going to be much trouble, but if
yes, and
you're paying for your own provisions and sleeping on the deck.
that would be quite fine. I could also see if I could arrange some payment from the mayor as well for afterwards on your return, on your behalf.
Go ahead and make another deception check.
Deception or persuasion?
Oh no, this one's deception.
Oh, deception. I thought you said perception. But, yeah.
29. Natural 20.
Okay.
Way to go!
Wow.
He gives you the ship.
No. Okay. See to it that you find yourselves your provisions, everything that you need, and load her onto our ship. We'll be gone at daybreak tomorrow.
Good. And how long will the total trip be, so we know how much to bring?
I'd recommend planning I'd recommend expecting 5 days, but buying for at least 7 or 8.
All right.
You
That
never
is good
know
to know.
how these waters will ferry us.
Yes, yes. I've been on a few ships before that have been more than delayed, and it was almost disastrous sometimes.
Well, where you're wanting us to go, it most certainly will be.
I hope not, though. I'm not too sure what to expect.
I
Are
pray
there
Mother bless
stories
us.
about there's stories of what's out there? Is there anyone who's come back?
Occasionally. I mean, you, you, you listen around long enough, you'll hear every story about the
Wait, everyone.
Krakens, Serpents, Mind Flayers, anything. Everything's out there. You know,
Ah, so just normal stories when anyone goes disappearing, as always.
every fisherman's got their own tale.
All right. Well,
Someone should
thank you for
Yes, yes.
making this exception. I'll go speak to the mayor and gather our provisions.
Okay, I will inform my crew of your presence, and please, if you would like, we'll be meeting down here to discuss our plans and exit strategies. We've got the back room at this here tavern, this here establishment.
All right.
Come,
Yes,
join
yes,
us
we will.
tonight.
We will join you. Thank you for the invitation. I will be going now and getting our provisions. Since we are on such a tight schedule.
Yes, yes. May the winds be ever at your back.
Thank you. You as well. And I will disembark.
Okay, that went
I'll follow.
incredibly well.
Way to go, man.
All things considered.
Powerful deception.
check if I got a
Just so you know, provisions are going to cost you about 30 gold per week
Okay.
for the whole group as together.
Oh,
Okay. That I was gonna say. Looks like I'm eating some soap for the last few days.
well, I think I have like 10 rations. I think a ration is a day.
Mhm.
So
I've got about 25 gold. I have no food.
I can cast Goodberry 4 times a day.
That's true.
Okay, so I mean,
Make sure you stock up on berries. Then
accounting
also-
for all of that, that would probably bring it down to maybe 10, 9, 10 total, depending on how and where you get it from.
It would. Yeah.
yes, I relay what has happened to Tanner. Or sorry, Norboros. Norboros.
He's a
Yeah.
furbog. Furbogs change names all the time, but yeah, Norbert.
Okay.
Again, I've had this name for now a week and a half. I never pointed this
Yeah.
out, but that's also how long I've had the goat.
I don't know. Because I said, I'll go
Interesting.
over there to snap a pic of
Yeah.
What happened to the last one? Or was there a last one?
I didn't have one.
Okay.
Well, I had a bunch of animals, but then I needed to get out in the world, so I got one that could carry me.
Ah. Yes.
Uh,
So I tell him what happened on the ship, and
Oh, really?
that we can never show our faces here again when this captain's around. Once we're done.
that's a shame. I believe we've done pretty well for ourselves
A
here.
shame we had to get dragged through the mud, but okay. We'll get in, we'll get out. Wait, when you say we can't show our faces, do you literally mean like appearance-wise we can't show our faces?
Well, I mean, we're not like. Once this guy realizes that he's not actually getting paid extra money to go into this place, I don't think he'll like us very much.
Has he seen me yet? I haven't approached him.
No, but you're gonna be getting on his ship.
I
No.
could. I could also be using Disguise Self both as a part of Furbolg magic and because I just have it attuned and just constantly look like someone completely different and thus not lose face in the town.
There you go.
Hey! Pop it a buoy. Okay. Well, I'll save that for when we get on. Or are we
Yes,
getting
yes.
on now?
Actually, you should probably do it now, if you can,
Yeah, good point.
because you don't want to be seen around with me.
Yeah.
That's kind of
Quick question:
Yeah,
Are you bringing
well-
your goat on the waters?
No, I'm leaving him again by the town.
No.
What do you mean, no?
What is a goat gonna do on the water?
He's not going to like the boat. It's like taking a dog in a car. Unless they're
My dog-
trained for it, they're going to
Where is he going to stay?
the forest.
The forest.
Or
Yes,
outside
the
the
forest.
town. I don't know, man. Goats lived off the wild.
hey, light away.
Goats
He's a
need the
giant
wild.
goat. He can eat a lot of things. Let's see. What should I look like?
You should look like a Goliath. I think that'd be pretty cool.
They do have a Goliath as a member of their crew.
I don't want to do that. He might be like, "Hey, fellow Goliath, put her there," and he puts out the big ass handshake, and I'm like, "I have 10 strength." Ah! No, I'm a Furbolg. I have 11 strength. Doesn't help, but it's something.
Look at there we go.
Duck playable race.
How have I not seen this? The man dares to charge 99 cents. Sold.
There you go, Tanner. There's something to play. Or alter self too. Disguise self, whatever.
I'm going to make myself look like you guys know in Xanathar's Guide to Everything, the War Magic Wizard subclass? That guy that's on the War Magic page.
Is it
Wait,
just a buff wizard?
I have a picture. I have a picture.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Okay. I want to make myself look like that guy. I always thought that guy looked cool.
Okay.
So I turned myself into a wizard.
No, actually.
A wizard I have not particularly seen before, just what I think a cool wizard would look like.
Okay.
with the cool animal.
And the funny sword.
And the funny stick.
Okay.
Yep, you are definitely able to do that. What spell are you using?
Disguise self was a part of my Furbolg magic.
Gotcha.
And I will appear about a bit over 5 feet tall.
Donald Davis.
How tall
Instead
are
of
you
8
usually?
8 feet. With Furbolg magic, I can appear 3 feet shorter than normal.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha. So yeah, cool. You are able to disguise yourself as kind of a rough and tumble human wizard. Long flowing robes and such.
In a way, a more civilized version of myself.
And I would like oh, he's already seen you, hasn't he?
What?
By the way, I don't have black.
Nothing. I was just gonna say, Vance should allow me to disguise him, but he's already been seen, so
Disguise me?
Wait, can it be?
yeah.
Oh,
I'm
like
quite
use a disguise kit?
I have a disguise kit.
Oh. Are you disguised?
No.
The only thing that's different about
Yes,
him
you
is that
are.
he
Yes, you
is-
are. Anytime you come back into town, don't come in with fur, and people will be like, "Oh, that's a satyr without fur. We've never seen a satyr without fur before."
He's so unique.
I also, in one level, will be able to kill someone and just take their place, so, I could always do that.
Kill the captain, and then say, "I don't recognize myself." All right.
I've never seen that there satyr before, and I just run back behind a wall and turn into the satyr.
And he's like, thank God you put his dead body back on the ship. Problem solved. All right. I am Wizard Man. Onto the ship I go.
Okay.
Well, no, not yet.
Not
Onto the
yet.
ship I think about going.
You think about going, but then you realize you have to buy food and then go to the tavern, then sleep, then go.
I mean, I'm
You
willing to
slowly-
fast forward through a bit of it, so.
I don't have one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
How much did you say for the?
the provisions, 9 gold worth, since you're gonna provide a lot of your own with daily rations and such.
Okay, I will pay for that since this is my idea.
Okay. And then you can kind of load them onto the ship. You get the sense that the other crew members are kind of looking at you a little bit funny, but I mean, the captain's told them so. They're willing to put up with you.
Okay.
So we're going on the ship, getting on a ship, can't fly.
Anything you would like to do during the day other than pick up the necessary provisions for the ship?
Is there anything?
3 more people.
I might just say hi to Wharf Master Silverstone and tell him that
I'll,
I managed to find a captain nefarious.
Okay.
I'll ask Tanner to identify this sword.
Just to be
Or detect, not identify, detect.
check the
Oh,
magic.
yes. I will, in fact, ritual cast Detect Magic.
Okay, and that tells you what school of magic it's from, if it is magic at all.
I believe so.
Yes.
You need the identify spell to tell what it is specifically.
Yeah.
If you sense magic,
like,
you can action see a faint aura around any visitor, and you learn its school of magic, if any.
Okay. Cool. One moment.
Wow, 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 wow.
You kind of peer into the blade. It's
Oh.
dark metals and kind of releases a misty dark aura of...
Oh, no, bro! I give him the sword back.
I take the sword.
What's wrong?
Who took the ring?
I don't. Could I have grabbed the ring,
Yeah.
the skull ring off the guy? Yeah, I'll have the skull ring.
Oh, hey. Let me see the ring. Let me see if there's magic coming off of it.
Ah, very well. Here you go.
Detect magic is still up.
You've appeared.
1 second while I grab the book it's from.
This sword emanates an aura of death.
Interesting.
Necromancy. I'm being specifically necromancy.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay. Oh.
I got a 3 on the EMF right here.
Okay. 1 second for the ring.
Well, your brother got 3 on the EMF. That's crazy.
Donald Davis.
Bro.
Hope that doesn't go to a 5. That's so clean.
Conjuration.
That's normal.
Bro.
I wonder.
Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, yeah.
Pebbles, I'm gonna assume your Arcana is better than 2.
It actually is not.
What?
My Arcana is better than 2.
My Arcana is 2.
Oh. Okay. Then, Mr. Bloodhunter, you should use your Arcana skill to see if you can figure out what exactly kind of conjuration this ring is all about. And maybe the
can I do
necromancy
that?
one too, but don't, freeze your fingers off.
Is that a thing I can do as a +3 in Arcana?
You can certainly try.
All right.
Davis.
I'll
It'll at least
roll
help
it.
that you already know the school to look for.
Donald Davis.
Yeah. Okay, so I just roll Arcana check to try and figure it out.
Donald Davis.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Good. Which one are you doing first?
The ring.
The
Okay.
necromancy sword summons Donald Davis.
That's a 4. That's a
11.
4.
I don't think I figured it out.
You kind of poke and prod around with it a little bit. You see that it's kind of got that one of the eyes kind of has a little bit of a golden paint around it on the right hand side, whereas the other one almost seems like it's scrunched up a little bit.
Donald Davis. I heard that.
You kind of
What do you do?
flick it around, play with it, and you hear it kind of hissing a little bit, and small little burst of gas kind of emanates from the ring, but nothing harmful,
Donald Davis. What was that noise?
nothing dangerous in the slightest.
Hmm.
It's just,
Strange.
yes,
Okay.
strange is a great word.
Hey, yo.
Yeah. All right. I'll try for the sword then as well.
Okay, go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Okay, Donald.
Let me hold the ring while you do this.
Unnatural 20.
Ooh.
So not bad, but I'm not too sure. I feel like this kind of check might be difficult compared to other things.
Okay. As you kind of hold the blade, you feel it almost have a little bit of a cold aspect as that kind of burrows its way into your fingers. But at the same time that you feel cold, it almost feels like your fingers are regenerating from it.
Oh,
And as this kind of very strange cold and knot sensation is, you kind of feel the hair on the back of your neck rise a little bit as a little bit of the darkness that you push to the side and have learned to control almost seems to growl out.
okay. I'm going to put this back in the cloth and hand it back. I'm not too sure about that. It seems quite... Seems to pull at, in essence, almost, I would say. Kind of a dark essence. That
Not
is.
trusted. It is
I don't-
necromancy.
You said it kind of felt like it was regenerating slightly.
It felt like it had a slight healing property to
Yeah.
it, but a little bit of cold and a little bit of fear.
We got a 3 on the EMF.
I'll hold on
I
to it
have a
if you want
feeling that it's dangerous, definitely, but it might aid you if you need something to bring you back up to full in a way. Although I don't know the risks of it. There might be some plus to it, but I'd say it's dangerous to try.
The ring worries me. There's as many harmless cloud spells in D&D as there are poisonous cloud spells.
The
Well-
fact that it's a skull associated with the skull sword of necromancy
It's kind of
worries me.
stinky.
Well, I'll just tuck this away in a deep pocket of mine.
Just so you know, they are both attunement items.
Alright.
Ooh, what's it?
I'm not going to attune to anything yet.
Okay.
I'm just going to hold on to.
Wait a
I'm
second.
just going to put it in a bag because I don't know what it is, and I don't want to accidentally attune to something that's cursed.
Hang on, we can attune to... If we attune to something, we can forget the attunement, right? And we can have someone else attune to it?
As long as it's not cursed.
If it's cursed, I think it's. If it's cursed, I think it's like it's permanently bonded to you or something. And it's,
Till you uncurse.
Damn, I was gonna say I'll attune myself to the ring for the heck of it, but
I'm not
the
going
curse
to
to
let
always live with
people.
a fart cloud is not a good curse.
It's thy fart,
Yeah.
Morty.
Alright. I'll
I
hold
think-
on to the sword for now. I'll strap it to the side of my backpack in the cloth.
I'll
And
double wrap the ring and that, but yeah.
Yeah, I give you a little bit of like handkerchief cloth to wrap the ring in if you want.
Double wrap, stuff it in a deep pocket, and just like keep it secure. Like somewhere, like in the part that's between a bunch of more important stuff. So people might forget about it. But all right. Now that we've done all that, is there anything else you need to do today? All right.
It is at your leisure.
It is at our leisure.
I have,
Is there anything I'd want to try and purchase? I have money now, so I
Say,
can buy stuff.
say,
what level I'm at right now?
Yes.
When we get on board with the captain, are we gonna have to present any bit of identification for ourselves?
Tyler, where are you? Are you?
You don't
I
know.
don't. I don't
No.
think they're going to want to. They're going to need anything specific.
They're going to look at us, and that will be the identification.
Fair enough.
I doubt that they'll care enough.
And seeing as you were not with us,
Why?
I doubt they'll know what you look like.
Let's see if he's in the loo again. Oh,
Though, I will say,
he's acting like shining light.
I am a bit peckish. Now that we've...
You want him to make more good berries?
Last night then.
No, I would like to go find some good food that isn't a single berry.
I'm gonna
You want to like hunt for the even? You want to hunt for some food or just buy it out of the market?
I'll just buy it at the market.
Heck yeah, let's go food shopping. We already did this morning for some crab, but we can go shopping for other stuff.
Okay.
I'd like to go find a place that cooks a good steak.
Okay, that's gonna be
You're
a
now
little
in
bit
the-
more important, a little
or-
bit harder to find, but it's gonna be fine.
Yes,
Doable. It's just
or-
gonna cost a bit more as well.
Or mutton or lamb. Or goat.
Well, you can definitely find a goat that you know of.
Yes. Let's actually, yes, I will go find some goat.
No! Steer away
She's
from the goat that
performing
has the exact
cannibalism.
same face as mine.
yeah, no,
Oh, wow. Am I just a goat to you now?
you can find a butcher selling some mutton and
Okay.
get some meat from there.
The mutton button.
Yep.
Alright, I'll...
That's gonna run you probably. Goat's not that uncommon around here. 3 silver.
3 silver, alright. I'll pay 3 silver for some mutton, and I will
Dude, that scared me.
cook it over... I'll try to make a fire just outside of town and cook it, and wait for the sun to go down, or get close to, so we can go to this meeting.
Okay.
And I'll work on my writing.
Sounds good. Anything anyone else wants to do?
Is there anything I need to buy? I don't know if I need to buy anything right now. Really. I'm not too sure what kind of stuff there is to buy that'd be needed. What about you, Tanner? Would you? I know you probably don't want any money or anything.
What was that? Sorry?
You don't want any money or anything, do you? You want to buy stuff?
Not really. I don't have any strong desire for anything.
I got a picture of Donald David.
I'll be right back.
Just hold on to everything.
What are you thinking?
Let me check my sheet.
Like, honestly, my character has no real desire aside from
I know, that's what I'm trying to do. So I can
get to the tomorrow, get on the ship, and get going.
Could I try and buy some alchemist supplies?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm proficient in that, so I might need it at some point in the future. Might be interesting to have in the future. Let's see, where can I find? How much is that?
There
Tools.
is an alchemist shop in town.
Oh dang, they're 50 gold. I can't buy that.
Okay.
I cannot buy that. So I was like, I could get some alchemist supplies, and I remember, oh wait, I only have 13 gold.
Well, I mean, I'm sure you can always trade something. The alchemist in the shop is a male dwarf.
Trade something? What is it exactly that you are interested in?
Well, it depends on what you've got. I mean, I've got here a quite nice alchemist's kit. If you can't pay for it, or at least pay in full, I mean, we can always do an exchange. But first you've got to let me see what you've got.
I've got 5 obsidian tipped arrows. Can I have them take a look at those? I don't know if obsidian would be like if like maybe obsidian would be attractive to an alchemist if they needed it for something.
Hey, remind me why you did that.
He kind of takes them, looks them over, brings out a small glowing stone, kind of taps them to it, and you kind of see little bits of energy kind of bound off from the stone and onto the arrows, but then quickly fade. It almost seems to absorb the reflection, but then lose it quite quickly. I mean, as a whole, these here might be worth, 2-3 gold. Little bit of alchemical properties, decent enough for some transmutations.
That's all right. I think I'll hold on to them. I might need them in the future.
Okay, very well then.
All right. Thank you for showing me your wares. Do they have any individual, like, alchemy things? Like,
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
let me see. Man, everything is so expensive these days.
I don't.
Everything's-
Well, actually, I do make the prices, but you know.
You do make the prices. That's the
Yes.
problem.
Well,
It's
it's
not a problem.
Can't just commission weaponry and get good, hearty herbs and spices from all across the known worlds. I mean, it's tough to make a business around here. It's even harder to sell your stuff. But when you really need it, you come to me.
I bet you get a bunch of salt brought in here every day.
Oh, yes, it's practically worthless at this point.
Wait, how do I make it,
It's like the poor man's gold. Or, perhaps not to that saying.
It's worth its weight in
poor
gold
man's
if you're
pyrite.
traveling to a desert.
True. I believe I don't have anything I care to part with. I apologize for my rudeness of coming in needing to go, but thank you for your time.
Oh, nonsense. It's always a pleasure to see new faces come through my shop.
I'll nod and give him a wave before leaving.
Okay.
And I don't think I'll need to sell anything or buy anything right now. I guess I'm good.
Okay. And if there's nothing else that you have left to do, night will fall. Okay.
What did you do?
Went and talked to an alchemist.
Mm.
Okay. The day drags onward as your journeys and learnings of the town conclude. You begin to make your way down to the wharf, the beach, the shores, to meet with the captain of your ship.
I really just wanna, like, be following
You see, as you arrive, all of the crew has assembled, and they're kind of just chatting amongst themselves, taking it easy.
Avengers.
Several large glasses of ale on the table, and they've got several pitchers that they kind of exchange at a small window as they run out and want more.
I gotta go for a minute, sorry.
Okay, no problem. Our guests are here. Our guests. The captain kind of turns around. Please, come in. He kind of grabs a couple of glasses and mugs from one of the windowsills and kind of hands them to you as you're kind of coming in. There's not a ton of room at the table, but there's a couple extra chairs scattered around for you.
Oh, I would disguise self at this point.
Okay.
Guess it's fair to say.
Gotcha. No worries. You are a human wizard, not a furball druid.
I love Turbo Druid.
That's a bit too close to home. Hope he's not one of those guys that gives nuggies. He'll encounter a head 3 feet above where it should be.
He just punches you right into the chest.
Okay. So, new crewmates, tell me, what are your names? What is your journey? Tell us, what brings you to our humble nest?
Well, we were contacted because there were those who were working for the mayor who have found some mysterious signal out in the bay, and we are here because we specialize in an investigatory work, and we required a ferry out to conduct our work.
You see that the captain's kind of not really paying much attention because he's already heard this before, but the rest of the crew kind of looks around a little bit skeptical, listening to you, but they're willing to put their faith in you if the captain is. Tell me, friend, what is your name? What can we call you?
I am Zov, and I will allow my two compatriots here to introduce themselves, as I'm sure they can do.
Okay.
And I look over to the other two.
Welcome to the Raven's Wing, Jov.
Oh, he's definitely muted. I suppose I should go first.
Whoa.
I am Obsidian.
Mr. Den, of course. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
As to you.
And
Donald Davis.
Yes. He is our specialist in natural occurrences as well as the supernatural in telling between.
I see. Not much of a talker, is he? I remember
No.
distinctly that he stayed quite behind just to back you up on our ship when you met with us this morning. Well, it's good to have you, and he kind of waves in
It's his
Vince's
father.
direction.
I give a little nod.
No, I was meaning Tanner was
Oh.
the
Yeah.
natural, like he was the.
Where are you?
Sorry.
I give a little nod and go, I do magic. And I make my finger kind of do a little twirl, and the ale in one of the mugs comes out and does a little loop-de-loop in the air and goes back down as I cast Shape Water.
You see a couple of the crew are impressed. Some of them haven't seen much magic before. Other of them have seen quite a lot, but it's still a fun little parlor trick.
I'm gonna blow their minds when I turn to a reef shark.
He just started flopping on the deck.
Oh
Well,
gosh.
I don't know, if we get into combat, I'm just gonna jump in the water and be like, also, I can polymorph.
But smart polymorph.
Yeah. Yes, with my super intelligence of 14, actually not that bad.
Yeah, 14's not bad.
I've seen wizards with 14 intelligence.
I've seen wizards. Yeah,
I've seen wizards I can't see.
I've played wizards with 14 intelligence. I can't see.
Yeah.
That's a story for another day, though.
I'm gonna play this character up as a strong silent type, so I don't have to talk.
That's what I was more saying when he said, "Oh, not much of a talker." I thought he was talking about you. No, I was like, yeah, he doesn't talk. Yeah. I don't know about Vance. I think he just left.
Nope, he's still here.
How do I?
Well, I mean, like,
Oh.
he's muted and deafened.
Well, I am the notorious Uram Hammerstone, the captain kind of proclaims. Captain of this here ship. This here kind of gestures to an elf woman who's sitting next to him is my first mate, Lieutenant Elise. You,
I
around her, you will listen to her voice as if it were my own.
He over.
I bow and speak in Elven. Nice to meet you.
You see her kind of taken aback for a moment, curious. She responds to you in Elven. Huh, the pleasures are mine. Then kind of the others kind of go around. You have Tovok the Goliath, a gnome who he doesn't tell you his actual name. He goes by Tick. One of a dwarf around Vonnegut Goldsbane. Another dwarf is Tordek Steelfist. The dragonborn's name is Azaka. The wood elf, another one of the wood elf, is Lael Janali. Dwarf Ulfgar Gorun, and another elf Del Aloro. I will put their names in chat. Because there are a lot of them.
I set up a camera. I'm placing a sound sensor on the road. My sound sensor. Sound detector. I don't know, actually. Hey, yo, Christy. Quick. Why? Give me the picture. The picture and
Now he's gone.
because they're ran out. Alright, I don't have anything.
Oh,
That explains it.
Ken, are you listening to Baba Booey?
Perhaps someone sent me the Baba Booey sound bite. What's it to you?
Nothing. Just thought it was interesting.
Baba Booey.
I got Christy. Christy, what are you doing?
Oh wait, no, that is wrong. I think I got that first.
I'm gonna go for a second. There's Oreos nearby.
Okay.
Where's that strobe light? Dude, this is why you can't handle Japan. Yeah. Someone watch the camera for Ghost Story. Yeah, I'll buy one. Yeah. Because you're dumb. Get out of here. What? Oh, Reaper. I think I know what the ghost is. It's a Reaper. It's a Reaper.
Okay, there you go.
It's a Reaper.
Good old mess of characters. Very interesting.
Christopher Davis. Christopher Davis. Christopher Davis. Christopher Davis. Christopher Davis. Christopher Davis. Say it with me now.
Hmm.
Christopher Davis. 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 I want to stop now. What? Yeah. What? Why? Hey, yo, Chris. They go rapping.
Wait, is Tick a dwarf or a? No.
Gnome. He is a gnome. Did I put
Okay.
that in wrong?
You put dwarf.
I should have
Hey.
put gnome. Thank you for correcting me on that. I knew I had a mistake in there somewhere.
Okay.
Okay.
Why are you putting me? That's not
There is your crew. Let me just. Now I have to double check everything because.
Oh, now I feel bad.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. You caught me on a mistake. That's.
No, not that. I feel bad because like I don't know. You named them all. And then we're just gonna screw them all over.
Look, every
Oop.
character in my setting has a name.
You're when you're alone. That's why.
Oops.
Eh.
Oh
I've already
well.
met a couple of them, so it's not like I'm not going to get any use out of them.
Just in another room and get a spook.
Yeah. I don't think my character would care.
Okay, that's
I care,
perfectly
though.
fair.
Christopher Davis. Christopher.
My laptop is crapping itself again, so I can't really pull up anything right now.
Okay.
Nice, dude.
So right now, everything that's just basically happening is you've introduced yourselves with the crew and
Alright.
seem like a nice bunch, at least right now.
Hopefully they're a nice bunch.
Hold on. Do you want to use a different name, or are you just gonna give them your real name? That is
I'm
actually
gonna-
good.
Oh,
I'll give them my real name.
I found him, man. I found him. I snapped a pic of him.
Okay.
So I'm the only one here with a completely fake appearance and name.
Sounds like it.
You're the only fake one here. I found you, faker.
I'm a fake friend.
Faker?
You're also the
You're the
only one
fake
who, like, will be safe from them.
Yeah,
Tanner,
that's the
could
other
you just roll me a quick deception check?
No. Okay, fine.
Pretty please.
Hey, okay.
He's begging for it.
I'm proud.
You can have advantage since you went to all the trouble of disguise self and everything.
I'm using Furbolg magic, no less.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm only getting a +1 to this, so these have to be pretty decent rolls. 17 would be great, but 15. That's actually still not bad.
You have advantage, so.
That is with advantage.
Oh,
I just rolled twice and took the 14.
gotcha.
I'm still not sure how the K1 should work.
Yeah, the K1 doesn't work for some reason. Hold on, you turn it down.
Yeah, it's not working. But all I've got is you.
Okay.
scared right now.
So, is there? What else would you like to do with them? Would you like to? Do you have questions or?
I'm smudging the stick
Hmm.
right
Because
now.
right now they're just kind of drinking, making light and merriment
Yeah.
as the night
I'll
passes.
pull out. I'll pull out my panpipes and cast otherworldly chorus as I play.
Okay.
I hear
Yeah, no, they definitely seem interested and kind of into it.
Yeah.
They're definitely into it.
Okay. As the night kind of drags on, you see the captain kind of pull out a map and just kind of place it on the table and kind of start just drawing courses out as to where they're going to go. And, kind of ask you whereabouts you were thinking of going. You kind of point to a very general and broad area of the map.
Around this direction, which is
Somewhere.
basically just the center of the vein.
Oh boy, that's gonna be. Okay, yeah. Sure. So, which book is that? That's this one. Okay.
Wait, we gotta have a hidden camera show. Right? We're gonna film with practice.
Okay.
Right.
Anything else you would like to do before the night ends?
Nope.
Not too sure.
I mean, what else could we do?
It's up to you. If there's something you want to try, there's something you want to ask the crew
I
or
see.
ask anyone at the bar.
I'll buy a bit of wine for the trip.
Okay. How much?
Um, I'll buy just a small, like, little flask for me and then 2 bottles on top of that.
Okay. What quality?
Um, what is there? Like, what's the price difference?
I mean, they have some really nice ones on stock, but they also have some like pretty dirt cheap ones. I mean, a couple of the
What are
really
the
cheap
prices
ones are
for
gonna run you maybe 2 gold a bottle, and then the flask itself is gonna cost maybe 3 with the with some of the wine. If you go expensive, that can go anywhere from 5 to. They have some vintages that will go up to 50
Okay.
piece.
Then I will buy a flask of good wine and 1 bottle of wine
Okay, so
that
that's
are
gonna
like the 5 gold kind of thing.
5 gold would
The,
be per bottle of the good stuff.
yeah.
Okay, so
For the bottle plus whatever the flask is.
okay, so that's gonna be about 11 gold total then.
Okay.
I mean, it's a decent sized flask. You could probably fit most of wine bottle in it. For some reason, I was blanking on the word bottle. No. Okay. So, do you spend the night in the inn or make camp outside?
I'll spend it in the
Okay. That's gonna run you 7 silver for the night. For everyone who stays in the inn.
Tanner.
Tanner, do you spend the night? Norberus, do you spend the night in the inn or do you pitch camp?
I'll
outside?
I'll do what I did before and pitch a tent again.
Okay.
This time I'm gonna pay a bit more attention to the sounds of the sea and try to not lose sleep over it, but just be more prepared for alluredness.
Put your pillow over your head.
Wrap it around my ears.
Okay, so you kind of just drift off listening to the waves crash, but before you fall fully aslumber, you hear a rustling as kind of sands displace around your tent, and the first mate of the ship walks over towards where you're camping at. Kind of just sits down.
Can he see me?
Yes, she absolutely can see you. Well, wait, are you in your tent now, or just kind of?
Yeah, I was in my tent.
Okay.
So can she see me then if I'm in my tent?
I guess no. I mean, she knows this is where you are because she was watching you.
I'm going to disguise self quickly
Okay.
to return to Obsidian, and I'm gonna stay where I am until I get in here.
She kind of looks around, kind of taps on the side a little bit.
Taps on the tent.
Yep, for you.
All right. I emerge from the tent.
So you're the one that they called. Oh my gosh, you were Dell, right? Day.
Well, it's just
Obsidian.
Obsidian. I am going to write that down because I am going to forget it otherwise.
Here, I'll type it out.
Okay. So you're the one that they called Den, right?
Yes.
Den. So tell me, Mr. Den, what hides you behind this facade?
We're about to get 100 shots in a row.
You see, I don't mind much of the captain being taken aback by your strong and silent demeanor, but I at least prefer my crew to be upfront and honest with everyone around them.
I mean no ill will. I have been secluded from many in my life. You'll have to forgive me. It's just a quirk.
Oh, wait,
I'm not much of a talker. You don't let my strong, silent facade instead confuse you. I'm actually rather, I guess I'd say shy around others. But I don't mean any ill will against either of you, or any of you.
I love how the player
Okay, well, I can tell that my crew is... Well, they seem to be more of the understanding, and
Oh, look at that.
they didn't really notice. But... And she points to a couple locations in your disguise. It's a little bit sloppy. You could use a little bit of work.
What can I say? Humans are hard to pin down, and I just completely cancel the disguise self and grow 3 feet and just become a furball.
Well, you surely are full of surprises, aren't you?
3 feet was hard to manage. I'm kind of surprised I managed to pull any of it off.
Well, considering this is all of what you were hiding, you did a rather good job. I would never have suspected this much.
Why, thank you. So, are you going to kill me, or is this all there is?
Oh, dude.
I have no intentions of doing that right now. I'd be interested in...
Oh,
you
no.
are one of Magic's, and aren't you?
I am. I am druidic.
You see, I draw my powers from the sea. I learned quite a lot from her murky depths and the creatures who live on the other sides.
I have been studying the sea. I hear
really?
noises. It's
Really?
calling to me, in a
Oh,
way.
well, I'm sure I can tell of some creatures who would be most interested in the powers that you might hold.
No doubt.
You watch as she kind of conjures up two balls of green energy and just kind of blasts them out over onto the water's horizon. Kind of, the waters almost form around it and then kind of implode, lighting up with energy. Yes, they tend to watch for the powerful ones, and then they give them everything and everything more. If you kind
I
of,
felt
as you kind of watch for a moment, the blast of energy kind of resurfaces over the water as a shard of ice.
ice of her creation or of something else.
Reasonable to assume that it was the Eldritch Blast that did it.
Hey Tanner, you multi-class?
I think I just found a multi-class.
What's your charisma?
12. It's getting
Oh,
there.
sorry, you can't multi-class to do it.
It's getting there. One more way and I'll do it.
She's homebrew, by the way.
No.
Homebrew subclass. Oh, I know, right? Complete surprise there. But listen to me. If you want to survive on my ship, I'm your captain. Understand?
I hear you.
Good.
Let me propose a counteroffer as well. If you want me to see you as as the captain, you're going to keep my secret, and I disguise self back into my wizard form, a secret. My people are not viewed well out here, and that is of their own creation. I felt eyes on me even as I came into town. This is for my own good. I think you can understand.
Oh, I understand completely. Then it is settled. Tell me, what is your name?
You will call me Oberdin, but I have taken the name Norboros in my travels amongst the people.
You know me as Lieutenant, but to you I am Captain Amira. Let me just go ahead and plug that last name into the crew.
Yeah, I put it there.
Okay. With that settled, it's actually running late, so probably worth picking up there next week.
Yeah.
Alright.
Managed to get some interaction with some fine folks. I lost at an arm wrestling contest, but I don't know if winning it was the point, but whatever.
I met a warlock.
You met a warlock. You know what that means?
I
Crazy
lied to
shenanigans.
I'm going to continue lying to people.
I'm going to continue lying to people forever.
I think everybody's lying to people. Why are you lying to people?
Because I like lying to people. It's pretty
So
fun.
rude. How rude.
And yeah, as you kind of shake hands, you watch as the lieutenant walks and first mate walks back. You see that she kind of brushes and and the wind kind of catches a long red scarf around her neck and the breeze behind her, and she walks back to the tavern, presumably to rest up for the night.
Drink.
All right.
All right.
Okay, yeah.
Well, that's been a fun session. No combat this time around, but we still fumbled across stuff.
You almost had a rock there.
Yeah, you
I
know
don't
what?
think
I'm
we
kind
could
of
have
glad
handled
there
a
was no
rock.
combat,
Yeah.
considering what options there were to fight.
Yeah, rock or entirety of dock. Like,
Rock
if
or
things-
crab salesman. I'll take
Wait,
the crab.
Call
thing.
us, call us the U.S. because we're fighting a losing battle with a rock.
Oh gosh.
I see.
Alright. Well, I guess I'll catch y'all later on the side. Figure stuff out. I'll see you.
Yep.
I'll,
See you next
actually, I'll
time.
see you
See ya.
guys Saturday then.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Late night game.
See ya.
Hey,
See ya.
why is that there?